Mae e wedi gwneud ei benderfyniad. A does neb yn gallu dadle ag e.
Screwfix Sprint yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C.
Markinson yn codi honna i ganol Cwrt Cosby. Amwn ar peniad ac Amwn yn rhoi Pontypridd ar y blaen. Markinson yn troi ac yn ergydio ac yn canfod cefn o rwyd. A Ben Markinson yn sgorio i gol gyntaf o i Pontypridd. Jack Caradogan yn ei rhoi hi nôl i Davies. Davies yn croesi. Amwn yn y canol ac Amwn yn sgorio i ail. Curtis Rhys, iddo fo, groesi i'r postyn pell yna. Harrison Bright ar peniad. Ben Amwn ar peniad. Ac mae'n hat-trick i Ben Amwn.
That's hyfryd. Sy'n gat y canol. Ac mae yna. Stevens, cymryd sy'n istal. Ac mae Cera Simmons wedi dyblu mantais y Flint. Garrett, chwilio am Zach Clark. A mae Zach Clark wedi rhoi y cychwyn perffaith i'r ail hannar. A mae Jean-Louis Athro yn rhwydo ei bedwaredd gol o'r tymor. Cafna'n troi, bel ar draws y canol ac y disgyn i Brandon Diaw ar y postyn pella. Sgor terfynol, y Flint 5, Aberystwyth 10.
Dim ond canol chwefro rewi, ond mae un tîm di disgyn yn barod o uwch gyngor Cymru JD. Osgoi, gorffen gyda Ebers yn y ddau waelod. Yw gobeith y ddau sy'n cwrdd pnawn ma. Pontypridd yn ei tymor cynta ac Aberystwyth sydd wedi bod yn y gyngrair ers y tymor cynta erioed 30 mlynedd yn ôl. Na'r sefyllfa. Croeso mawr ato ni, croeso mawr hefyd i Mr Malcolm Allen sy'n mwynhau'r gerddoriaeth fan hyn ar goeden y parc cyn y gêm ddechrau.
Bach o dawnsio, met, bach o dawnsio.
Braf, diw'r ein ddim yn dawnsio. Ni'n gweld lluniau fan yna ar y dechrau, Malcolm, penwythnos diwetha. Aberystwyth yn colli o 5 i ddim yn y Flint. Pontypridd yn ennill o 4 i ddim ac yn clodi uwch ben Aberystwyth. Faint mor arwydd y cawl allai hynny fod?
Gwada bod ti'n colli fel yna, mae'n brifo. Felly fydd y hyder na wedi cael ei densio mwy nag unwaith tymor hyn yn barod. Felly maen nhw wedi arfer colli, ond dim gartra. Dyna os dyn nhw'n mynd i achub i tymor gartra ni dwi'n ei hynny. Pontypridd, tocio'r o pethau, gol i ddim, mae llawn hyder y stafell newid na di newid. A mae'n rhyw dim am nhw wedi setlo mwy yn yr ail. Oce, mae'n 9 gêm i fynd, ond mae hon yn 6 pwynt ar go iawn.
Ie, fi yn clywed ti. Mae'r cerddoriaeth yn mynd yn fwy uchel fan hyn yn Aberystwyth. Dewch i ni edrych ar gemau nos Wener neithio. Digon di digwydd, o fel ni'n sôn, mae Ebers di disgyn ar ôl y canlyniad yma. Dim yn sioc, ond dyna sydd wedi digwydd. Oedd hi'n ddisgwr gyda 47 o funudau i fynd, wedi mynd wedyn ni. Sean Wilson yn llorio Sean Bradley, Rob Hughes o'r Smotyn. Dim problem iddo fe. Ac oedd hi'n ddwy ddim o fewn munudau. Joe Fow o'r ergyd yma. Joe Fow, ni'n mynd i alw fe ar ôl hyn. Tipyn o ergyd ganddo fe. Cynarfon di ennill 3 allan o 4 gyda llaw. Maen nhw'n mynd yn dda ar tywydd yn y gêm yma. Pen y Bont yn erbyn Met Caerdydd. Oedd Met 10 heb golli yn hon, ond Pen y Bont yn mynd ar y blaen. Ryan Reynolds yn ei chalu. Un i ddim oedd hi, tan yr eiliadau ola, a Met wedi bod yn pwyso hefyd, ond llawio Tom Price, Cerdyn Coch, fel welwn ni fan hyn, bant o fe, a Nathan Wood yn sgorio o'r Smotyn. Wood yn taro eto i Ben y Bont. Oedd amser i'r Met gael gol hwyr yn ôl, Emlyn Lewis yn cael hon, ond teimlo fel canlyniad pwysig iawn i Ben y Bont. Ennill o 2 gol 1, fel ni'n gweud, Met i bod ar rediad campus. Dyma pam. A'r sefyllfa yn amlwg yn agos yno. Balan chwarae Ceicona heddi. Tos nhw'n ennill, bydde pawb o fewn pwynt i'w gilydd. A Cynarfon yn seithfed, fel ni'n gweud, Malcolm, maen nhw ar rediad bach da. Ond ni wedi clywed o'r gêm Pen y Bont na, eilyddio yn broblem, yn reol o ran eilyddio. Chi'n cael defnyddio 5, ond mae rhaid i ddau onyn nhw fod yn iau na 19 ar ddechrau tymor, a mae sôn bod Pen y Bont i'n gwneud camgymeriad o ran hynny. Fe allan nhw fod yn gwynebu problemau o ran y rheolau, wedwn ni.
Ia, bechod, ond da ni maint 3/4 ffordd bron trwy tymor ac maen nhw'n gwybod y reolais dechrau. Fel ni gyd, fel da ni yn gwybod ar ochr y cae, maen nhw fod i wybod yn bendant ar y cae yn y clwbiau. Hollol bai nhw, ond ti'n edrych ar y gêm, Pen y Bont 3 pwynt anfarth hwnna di bod. Nhw dyn ni dim yn y 6 uchaf sy'n heb bod yn Ewrop, felly i dynnu pwyntiau wrthyn nhw, os na dyna be maen nhw'n gorfod wneud, maen nhw'n heiddi'r gosb.
Ie, brynu aros i weld, diddorol nodi, 9 clwb wedi cael ei tafu allan y gwpan y gyngrau'r tymor yma am wneud union rhywun peth. Felly gen i weld beth awn. Ni'n mynd i glywed gan y ddau reolwr o ran hon yn y man, cyn clywed ganddyn nhw. Beth am y sefyllfa, achos y ddau di dod mewn yn yr haf, y ddau glwb di newid rheolwyr yn yr haf, Andrew Stokes, Anthony Williams di goffod y mewn. Yw hwnna'n ffactor o ran pam bod nhw lawr yn y gwylodion?
Wel, i taff yn Aberystwyth fel rheolwr na, hynny wedi bod yn rhan o beth wedi digwydd yn Mesgard ers blynyddoedd. Felly mae o'n dall y gyngrau. Oedd o'n dall, a mae o'n dall i sut i gadw tîm yn y gyngrau yma, a hefyd sut i wneud yn dda. Ond Pontypridd, maen nhw'n newydd i fewn. Felly mae'n rhaid i ni bach amser nhw, a dwi'n teimlo, mwy am byd mae'r tymor wedi mynd, maen nhw wedi setlo mwy. Mae'n dod lot o chwaraewyr wedi mewn, cofia, hollol garfan newydd i begon nhw'n tymor dwytha. A dwi'n edrych ymlaen i ran yma'r tymor dyn nhw, dwi'n gweld nhw'n ffefrynna heddiw, a dwi'n gweld nhw yn hyd rhoi pwysau ar Gynarfon am y seithfad safle yna. Mae gyda nhw'r potensial i fynd ar rediad.
Diddorol, ffefrynnau er bod records gartre mor bwysig, gen i mwy am hynny ar ôl i ni glywed gan y ddau reolwr, fel ni'n sôn. Nick Parry, fi oedd yn holi nhw'n gynharach.
Anthony, quite simply, you're going to be looking for a reaction after last week.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't a great start to the split, but our home form was fantastic. We trained really well this week, have an extra training session again this week, so we get into the game full of confidence and really organised and ready to go.
Does it feel like a six-pointer?
I think every game now does. I think every game's not just this one. It's every single week, week in, week out. You see, you win 2 games in a row. You see how 5 jumped up. You look at Carnarvon, they've jumped up quite high now. So yes, you're not no hide. In fact, you don't want to lose the game. And yes, it's still 9 games to go. So it isn't really a six-pointer, but it was nice to get some wins on the belt early doors.
And what do you expect coming towards you in this game?
We've played them twice already. They've got quite a lot of new signings, so have I. So it'll be an interesting battle. 2 different styles of football from ourselves and them. They'll probably play a little bit more and try and play a bit more, and we'll be slightly more direct, I suppose. So it's a case of what we did here last time against them. Can we repeat that form?
All the best. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Cheers.
It's probably a game that you mustn't lose. Is there a temptation to say, let's play safe and make sure we don't lose?
I think we have to play our game. I think that's the key thing. We know what we're about and what we need to be. We understand Aberystwyth and what they do, and they've got strengths. We need to nullify that, but we need to play our strengths, and that's what our game will be today.
And undoubtedly, one of your strengths is Ben Amoun. Goals win games. He gets 10 goals in the remaining fixtures, and you stay up probably.
Yeah, of course. That's the way we want to play as well. We want to be an attacking side, but we have to get the balance right. We've got to make sure we defend really, really well. We have to get the zeros. We worked on that last week. We had a 0 against Airbus last week with 4 goals. We have to maintain that now going forward.
Is there a tension during the week with such a big game? Do the players approach it differently, or is that down to you?
No, listen, the message is simple. It's the next game. We have to be that mindset. We really do. I know it sounds basic and cliche, but it has to be the next game, and that's the way we've been. We've done our focus a week before on Airbus, and we got the outcome. We've done our focus on Aber this week, and we look for the outcome.
We wish you all the best. Thanks for joining us. Diolch yn fawr.
Ie, mae'n gêm bwysig, jyst i danlinellu pam. Penwythnos diwetha, Pontypridd yn codi uwch ben Aberystwyth. Aberystwyth yn y ddau safle gwaelod. Mwy o bwysau ar Aberystwyth, gan bod nhw wedi bod yn y gyngrau'r mor hir, Pontypridd yn ei tymor cyntaf. Snefus yn disgyn yn amlwg, ond yw'n pwyso mwy ar Aberystwyth falle?
Wel, yn seicolegol, sa fi yn chwarae rwan, sa well gyda fod yn Pontypridd, hyrwyd, dwi ddim yn y safle o disgyn. Dwi trydydd o'r gwylod, felly ipyn bach mwy o hyder, ac ar buddugoliaeth wrth yswytha. Aberystwyth, mynd â nerfysrwydd yn y stafell newid na. Dyn nhw'n cael profiad fel un o blaen. A dwi jyst yn gobeithio fydden nhw'n gwybod y pwysigrwydd i'r ardal yma. Mae Aberystwyth wedi roi i ni dros y blynyddoedd, 30 blynedd dwytha. A ti'n isio mynd allan efo wynd. Ac ar y funud, dyna ffordd mae'n teimlo y ffordd maen nhw'n chwarae. Felly mae angen perfformiad heddiw.
Wel, maen nhw adre, mae hwnna'n help. Mae werth edrych ar y record adre o ran Aberystwyth. Mae record cartre ddau dîm, union yr un peth, ond oddi cartre, chi'n gweld pa mor siomedig yw'r record Pontypridd. Ond mae record Aberystwyth oddi cartre yn waith. Felly, be fi'n trial holi yw, pa mor bwysig yw i Aber, achos maen nhw gatre heddi.
Wrth gwrs, mae'n fantais, mae'n dangos i chdi, ond Ceico nawr, 6 ucha, maen nhw wedi curo gatra, a maen nhw wedi curo pob arall o'r 6 ucha. So, yn sicr, mae fama'n le, mae rhai nhw'n neud siŵr o rwan tan ddiwedd y tymor, maen nhw'n codi pwyntia. Yr unig ffordd maen nhw'n mynd i aros i fyny ydi ffordd yna.
Ie, diddorol. Gen i weld beth ddaw, mae record gartre yna. Yn rhoi gobeth, record gartre Pontypridd union yr un peth hefyd. Reit, yn sylwebu'n Saesneg, gyda ni pnawn ma. Mark Jones sydd yma, ni'n cael cwmni arbennig. Andy Morrison yn ôl, da ni cyn reolwr Ceicona, arwr Manchester City hefyd. Mae'n rhaid i cael gair fach cyn y gêm yma.
Andy Morrison, big game today, down the bottom of the table between these two clubs. Do you see it as a 6-pointer?
No, I think there's enough games left. I think, you get maybe towards the end of the season, 2 or 3 games left, you might start talking about 6-pointers, must-win games. But obviously both teams will want to win the game. But I don't see it as an out-and-out, game changer, whether either team lose. But, yeah, they'll both certainly be wanting to win this one.
Form from last week. You were lucky enough to be at the Flint game. You saw Aberystwyth get beat 5-0. And I saw Pontypridd win 4-0. How important is that?
It is, but, Joan, I've understood that at non-league the reaction from a team that loses is huge. Their focus is more, their intensity is more, they're more aware of the importance of the next game, so it doesn't really pan out that way. Although you want to be going into a game in form like Pontypridd are, and you don't want to be on the back of a 5-0.
Yeah, unfortunately, Andy, for one club in this league, Airbus UK, you were a coach there once and had a great time at Airbus alongside Andy Priest. Relegation for them last night.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a sad story, really. They come up with really a great season last year, and yet this season hasn't panned out that way, and without being inside, you don't know what's going on, but you rarely see a team continually lose and not win a game of football. Eventually, somewhere along the line, they win a game of football, so there's obviously things going on there that we don't really know about.
Yes, very sad indeed.
Gwych croesawu Andy Morrison ato ni. Dyna'r sylwebwyr yn Saesneg, felly'n sylwebu yn Gymraeg. Tommy Morgan gyda Nick Parry pnawn ma. A mae yna pobl yn cwyno weithiau bod yna ormod o ystrydebau yn y byd pêl-drod. Mae yna astudiaeth wythnos yma. Prifysgol Metropolitan Manceinion wedi darganfod bod ystrydebau yn gloiwiaeth. Mae'r ysgolheigion yn cytuno gyda ni. Newyddion da I bawb, Nick Parry.
Good afternoon and welcome to Park Avenue in Aberystwyth, where the Seasiders entertain Pontypridd United in the JD Cymru Premier Playoff Conference. It's 11th against 10th in the league, and there's just 1 point between the two clubs, which makes today's game a football in 6-pointer. And for such a massive game, we've got our biggest co-commentator of the season. Good welcome back, legend Andy Morrison.
Thanks, Jonah. Looking forward to this.
This is the real league, Andy. This is where it all happens, and this is such a tough game today, and importance is an understatement, I think.
Yeah, I think both teams will be looking to win after, especially Pontypridd last week, a great result, and obviously I was at the Aberystwyth game against Flint, and it was a tough afternoon for them, so I'm sure they're looking for a massive reaction from that. And obviously, that Airbus are gone and there's another position to go down, and they're all fighting to make sure that they're not that team that finished second bottom.
Shape there, Andy, in front of us. I think they'll go 4-3-3. For me, I don't know whether the two wingers will stay directly wide. I think if it goes right, Flint will tuck in, and if it goes left, Evans will tuck in closer to John Owen.
Yeah, there's a few changes from the team I watched last week, so obviously the manager wasn't too pleased with it, and and I'm sure he'll be looking for reaction.
And there's the Pontypridd team with the back three in there. Luke Cummins and Davis will play as wing backs. Ben Amoun, number 9, got amongst the goals. He's up to double figures in this league. How important is he, the number 9?
Excellent. Yeah, I like Ben for a long time now. I first saw him against STM in the League Cup final when we beat them on the day, and they had a very good outfit, good team of players, and I always thought he would go on and play, play at the top level in the Welsh system, and as I say, everyone's crying out for a 9, everyone's crying out for somebody who can score goals, run channels, so has every attribute to be playing where he is at this moment in time.
Yeah, such a key figure for him, and he's fit and raring to go, like you said. It's Aberystwyth. It's Johnny Evans, by the way. Johnny, who's been amongst the goals as well. He's done really well, Johnny Evans, this year. Looks fit again, Johnny. Yeah,
I was surprised he didn't play last week. I don't know whether he was carrying something with this game in mind. But, when he came on last week, he certainly made a difference.
Aberystwyth. Hugh Jones in the middle. Such an important encounter. One game, as we said, already played last night. 2 games played last night, 1 in the conference. Caernarfon securing a 2-0 win, which relegated Aberystwyth. And in the Championship Conference, Penabont with a 2-1 victory over Cardiff Met. All to play for. Andy, you're not in the Championship. It is Pontypridd in orange, by the way. It's not Blackpool and Mick McCarthy. Margerson goes long, looking for a early jump. Great jump by Bradford. First goal, as per usual, so important. Conditions, Andy?
Yeah, this is familiar. I had a nice trip down this morning, Jonah, through the valleys, and I couldn't see 25 yards in front of me, which is a familiar weather for this part of the world.
Spring day, Andy. We call that a spring day here, Andy. Hooked away by Jared Wright. The wind, obviously, and like you said at Aberystwyth, it is key, absolutely key how you deal with it. You'd rather playing against it or behind you, and?
Oh, do you know, it's... Ask me at half-time, the manager, whether I got it right or wrong, but me, I think start with the intention of dominating the opposition. If you get, you can get ahead with the wind, then it's a big bonus.
That's such an unanswered question, Andy.
I know.
Such an unanswered question in football. John Owen with a chance going one-on-one and right. I want him to be a little bit more physical there. I want him to win that first one, Andy.
Yeah, I think the defender did well, dealt with it well, but just a little bit easy with the one ball around the side, and it's always difficult with the back three against the 4-3-3 because you got 3 marking 1, and nobody really takes responsibility for it. So, and especially if you don't respect John Owen, he will cause you massive problems with his pace, especially in the areas where he is now. Jonah just pulling wide. Who picks him up out there?
Great ball. Can he get the shot off? It's a decent block in the end by Davis, the left back on loan from Cardiff City. A couple of loan signings, like we said. Pontypridd have made key changes. Aber have made a couple of signings. That transfer window is so important, even in the Cymru Premier League. How important did it used to be to you, Andy, always?
Yeah, it gives you a chance to freshen things up, if you've picked up injuries or you need to change system. It gives you an opportunity to bring somebody in. But the best players, teams don't want to let their best players go. So it's never really a fruitful time of the year. I think your main work's done in the summer.
Key game for the referee as well. Ashley Morris in goals. Big signing Pontypridd made in a week, by the way, Andy. George Ratcliffe, who's played for Wales under 21s, has signed back on as number 2 for today, obviously, but that's a key signing, that is. Great header by Amoon from outside the box. Bright knocks it back in. When you've been beaten 5-0, Andy, the week before, like you said, and you were at the game, you did say in a pre-match interview, but that's gone now. But mentally, first goal important.
For me, a semi-professional level, when you've got part-time players, Jonah, at the top level, you should be preparing mentally for every game, but just the fact that you've been beat 5-0 will create a greater intensity in training. There'll be a focus in the week. The players should be thinking more about their football. And the flip side is when you win, you tend to switch off a little bit. So it never seems to follow any kind of pattern when you're dealing with players who are part-time.
Well, that chat I'm having with you there, Andy, to me is particularly interesting because last week, when Cardiff Met went 2-0 down to TNS after being defeated 7-4 in the 2 previous games, we wrote them off after 15 minutes and they go on to beat TNS 3-2. Is that the beautiful game, Andy?
Jonah, it is. And listen, I've been around a long time and I understand football, and I give a shout out that week to somebody in the Welsh League, and I said these will be the Invincibles, TNS, this year. Nobody will beat them. And the next game they lose. And because I just thought they were that strong, and I just thought they were so far ahead. I couldn't see a team getting a draw, let alone beating them.
Absolutely.
And football just throws the strangest situations at you.
Absolutely. That was Anthony Williams in view there. That, by the way, Aberystwyth, their home form is tremendous. They got 6 2-1 wins at home. Would they just show any sort of that form today again, it would be magnificent for them. But they're one of the home kings in the league, Andy.
It's the Friday night games play a big part. Whether if teams are travelling and You know, they just have this ability on a Friday. They turn up, and a lot of teams don't. I've been here on a Friday night myself and lost, Jonah, and it's a really tough place to come through the lanes and that, and then refocus on your football. So I can understand why their home record is not bad.
Margerson gets it back out to Bright. Bright knocks it long. Clayton Green will be a key figure today on the ball. Kieran Lewis, always decent on the ball. Kieran Lewis. Bright knocks it inside. He should most probably playing with a little bit of confidence. Davis. That last third against the wind. Ball's got to stick when you get it up there.
Yeah, it looks like he just took a little bit of a...
Clayton Green.
Yeah, just took a little knock to the... And it will hurt, because Clayton's tough as old boots, so, you know, he ain't going to stay down unless he's hurt. So he's took a bit of a knock there to the glute, I think.
Matty Turner. John Owen. It's important. Wins the first one. John Owen, I spoke to you before, John, about the game, Andy. I selected John for Wales C5 years ago. On his day, when he's on the game, he's one of the best.
Yeah, one of them players, like I said, you know, I always find this system 4-3-3 against a back three. You know, you can narrow in and go 3v3, which causes them a massive problem. Or you can, if you leave the one high, then great defending.
Great defending that by Gerrard.
Who deals with the three? You know, who's marking John Owen, and he has the ability to find space out wide. He drifts in and out, and as you said, he does have every quality, similar to Ben up top for Pontypridd, to play that role on his own.
Jack Thorne, will he fight along? He wanted to fight along with this window. I think they sent the big men up. Bradford's up there. John Owen is in there first. Litchfield, first contact key as always. It's a decent throw as well. It's bobbling around in there. Did you play with or against his dad, Thorne, at Wimbledon?
Yeah.
Andy Thorne?
Yes, played against him 2 or 3 times. Wasn't the biggest centre-half, but very, very clever. A very, very intelligent footballer.
The Crazy Gang.
Yeah, they were.
Connors Key were called that once, by the way.
I don't think so, Jonah.
Don't tell George Moran and Mikey Wells that, mind, all right?
We evolved from the Crazy Gang to something more than that.
Absolutely, mate. Double title winners. Incredible. Kirkman heads it back in. Green hooks on. Liam Walsh.
Good start from Aber. Yeah, they might just have a breeze there, but they'll be pleased with this start. You know, they kept them in, they pinned them in.
Cummins wins ahead. It's just a little bit late from Flint. There's no room for any sort of late challenges now, Andy.
No, I'm not sure if that is a foul. I don't think Luke Cummins could have done a lot more with that header. I think that's something the referees can look at. You know, how's he affected him? Is it a foul? Would he have done anything different? I don't think he would have done.
11th in the league, Aber. They've played 23, won 7, drawn 1, lost 15. The massive difference with Aber, 40 goals.
Yeah.
Deficit. That is gigantic, by the way. Until I was doing the stats in midweek, Andy, I didn't realise that. 40 goals.
Probably 15 of them are probably TNS though, Jonah, are they?
Yeah, they still had that. There's still another 25 to that, Andy. It just goes to show how important their home form is then.
Yeah, and also, you know, the stability of a familiar back four playing with each other, John. You know, if you've got a lot of changes, I think there's a couple of changes today, you know, and you want to get to know your centre-half alongside you. You want to know your relationship with your full-backs, and then a collective four. And if that's changing all the time, it is hard to get that continuity.
Yeah, nothing like that. Nothing like continuity in your back four. Evans lets it run. Wright is playing central of the three. Owen, obviously, ex-Aberystwyth. Cummins, does he put it in early or does he take the full back on? He decides to take the full back on. Kirkman stands him up really well, by the way. And it comes off the defender to give the long throw to Pontypridd. Luke Cummins, ex-Barry Town and Carmarthen Town. Carmarthen, unfortunately defeated last night by Britain Ferry. Some big games last night. Avonlido winning again 2-1 in the Cymru South. Amon gets it back across the goals, headed away. Again, just laid a glove on the defender.
I think it's enough. I think it's enough. He's affected him. So I do agree with that one, although I didn't agree with the one before.
I think, Andy, if Man City were playing Arsenal here today with the Aberystwyth wind, it's going to be hard for that ball not to be in that air.
Yeah, it's you know, like I say, you know what, there's a 50-50 chance you're going to turn up at Aber and it's going to be the wind blowing. It's normally off the sea, so it's normally straight down the pitch. And you know, I think Pontypridd, if they get in at half time, they'll be quite happy. You know, going in at 0-0 and then looking to win the second half.
Obviously, Andy, just to let the viewers know that you are the co-commentator for Manchester City home games, and when we arrived here and came on the gantry, I cannot repeat what you said about the Aberystwyth weather and the standards compared to Manchester City.
It's slightly different. It's slightly different, but it's all about football, and that's the important thing.
And in the royal box alongside us, covered by the wind, Nick Parry and Malcolm Allen and Tommy Morgan. He's changed allegiances this afternoon, Tommy. He's wrapped up in the corner while we're freezing over here.
Absolutely, yeah. Yep. And good to see old faces I haven't seen for a while.
You are right then, old faces. Cummins trying to throw Ponty up the field. As yet, Andy, we talked so much at the start of the game. Oh, John Owen having a little bit to do there with Harrison Bright, or not Harrison Bright, with Matt Jerison off the ball. Margerson, Bright. Just gets it inside from Davis. Owen, his link play will be key now. Can he hold it up?
He's done really well, but too deep. The back three, they've not worked. They've not worked John Owen. You've got to work him back towards that halfway line and keep him moving to allow yourself to drop back in. And they're just planted the back three then. They hadn't moved, and they're too easy to get a ball into his feet, and that will affect them if they don't sort that out.
Obviously challenges a ref a couple of times, Clayton. You're never going to see a game without him being involved with physical challenges, but yet again, it's not the worst of challenges.
No,
maybe a nudge,
just a nudge. Yeah, still think they're too deep. Pontypridd, maybe 10-15, because the time this arrives, it'll be in by the 18-yard box.
Thorne battling in midfield, Lewis as well. Both the ground. With this wind, and straight away, I know this is 40 yards out, right? But if this is taken properly, this could cause problems. That's a cheap free kick. Yeah. Cheap free kick from Luke there.
Yeah, to put it, I think that I think Flint's won it. You know, he's clever in coming into an area. Yeah, he's won it more than a foul. It's clever. This is important that you keep this alive now. I do actually prefer, when you're downwind, the left footer now that keeps it coming back against the wind. The right footer is too easy to pin off strikers and let it go through to the keeper.
I don't think Kirkman will have a go from it. He'll stand it up. Owen will be the target. Litchfield and the big man Bradford are in there. Has to put it in a good area. I think he singled one out instead of the group, Andy.
The only thing I see with that, Joan, is if you come away from the goal, which is at the angle, it then has to be a header, has got to be one to go back in towards the goal. So put it on the goal.
Absolutely,
yeah. Put it in there.
Yeah,
then if you've got somebody, if you all miss it and somebody's running off an angle in behind, you've got a chance of a tap in or maybe getting a stud or a shot off. But to go wide to then put it back into the area, you've now
it's got to be a goal-scoring header to put it back into a goal-scoring area.
So you need two moments of perfection rather than one.
Yeah, put it on target, little deflection, little knockdown. Put it. He looks offside to me. Flag will go up. Yeah, spot on from the line-out.
But again, Aberystwyth started okay. They started better than Pontypridd, and Pontypridd are still not really turned up yet. They haven't really got any pattern or any foothold in the game at this moment in time.
Away from home, and I know this is early in the game. Right, we're into the 13th minute. Are you taking a point away from home, Pontypridd?
I'd say no. Okay. Friday night, I think it's a point, because of the travelling, just the dynamics of the game. But today, I think Pontypridd turning up here expecting to win this game.
So Andrew Stokes just smiled and he heard you as you put him under big pressure.
They'll be disappointed if they don't win this game today.
Morris, Litchfield with a little shove in the back. Bradford. Owen again. We'll see plenty. Kieran Lewis. Cummins. Does he put in early or does he take him on again? He puts it in early. It's not the greatest of crosses. It'll be collected easily by Turner. Turner goes long. Maybe a booking here. Maybe a booking for putting a foot up, or will he take it? No, just yeah, it is a booking.
Yeah, but is that a standard?
I think it is.
Is it for blocking?
I think it is. You know, that's why I said it.
It must be, because I think if the referee had a decision on that, whether it was his choice, I don't think he would.
It's a petty booking. I don't remember being it is, Andy, right in front of us. Oh yeah, that is from behind. That is from behind. Sorry, I've gone with the ref hand. Thorne. See what you're saying about Aberystwyth pushing on as well. They need to get more bodies forward with this win behind them. Kirkman. Simple thing for Flint to do now. There's 4 people in the box. Just put it in there. Lewis. Green tries to spread the play. Walsh heads it back in. Bright, Davis. Decent ball from Davis that have stayed in. It's unlucky there, because that's exactly the type of ball I think you were talking about, Amoon, earlier on. He'll run the channels.
Yeah, he'll
run
get down the
behind.
sides. Yeah.
Great ball from young Davis then.
Yeah, just drifted out of play, but what I liked is he's on the front foot. He's got to the ball first with momentum. He's not stood, which is great. You want to see your defenders coming on the front foot, coming past strikers and getting to the ball first.
Cummins. That's great play again. Davis, I watched him last week in his first game, the youngster on loan from Cardiff. He looks decent, and he's got up now. He's linking play ready. Just cut out, it's a decent cut out, but there was 3 on. There was 3 against 1 in the box then if it came in, Andy.
Yeah.
That was a massive intervention.
Great passage of play as well. And I think he'll be disappointed with the end product, Jonah. I think he should have done better.
But enterprising stuff.
Just on that foul there now, Jonah, I think the game's moved on a little bit now. We're not giving them, because the players are looking to the referee.
Yeah.
It's not enough to put him down, and I think he should let that one go.
Yeah,
because encourage him to stay on your feet. We're here to watch football. We're not here to watch people rolling around on the floor. And I don't think that's enough to put him down.
Well, every footballer's going to agree with that, Andy. The game's got to get a little bit more, It was invented. It's not rugby, but it's a physical sport.
Absolutely, it's got to be contact, and that is normal contact. Move on.
Ashley Morris, bundles of experience, says Johnny Evans, as we say. Morris, great kick against the wind. Bradford, Kirkman. Pressurised by Jones. Always big games for ex-players when you come back to your old club, Andy. Yeah, you trying that a little bit harder?
You shouldn't be. I think you probably got, as we spoke about before, Johnny, you'll have a bit more focus and intensity. Your mind will be more on during the week, which then should lead you into a performance. But you should never turn up for one game more than any other game.
Thorne just hooks it on, just a little bit untidy at the moment. The 18 minutes are gone. Taff. Anthony Williams, he had a meeting upstairs in the classroom before the game, obviously with his tactics after last week.
I think he'll be pleased with the start. I really do. Really important, in that first 20 minutes. Let's keep it tight. No shots on goal, no saves to be made, and probably got the stronger foothold in the game at this moment than what Pontypridd have. 18
minutes on the clock. As yet, no goalkeeper really has been troubled, or no defender has been troubled. Cummins came back from injury last week and had a great game in the 4-0 victory against Aberystwyth. Green, I think Clayton's having more trouble with the armband than he is with his opposition. He's tugged the ref out of the way there. Love to see the replay there. Arneson has bundled into the ref. They got to show. He might get a yellow for this, Arneson. He slams it.
I think there's got to be a drop, isn't it?
Watch this. Watch this. As he bumps in, he tugs him again. Look, watch. Out the way, ref.
Could get a yellow, that.
I'll tell you what. I think he's having a word with him, no, look. Brilliant. That's one for the end of the season. Funny's there. And he works it out as a drop ball, and he's just giving it back. Fair comment. And he says to Kieran Lewis, the referee, I don't know nothing about it, I was getting tugged. Scored a lot of goals in the last 15 now, but so that would, he might get in here, you know. Amoun, has he gone in all the way? Still, that slack defending, they have got away with one there. It may be a corner, but my God, that's gone the full length of the field, and he is inches away from getting on this, Andy.
Yeah, I think no, I don't think the keeper can come there. I think at that point there, Ben might be a bit disappointed that he hasn't got a cross, because I think if he gets a cross a bit more aggressive, it's a penalty and a red card. But he stood on his feet, so give him credit.
Davis whips a corner in. Headed down. Chance. Second chance. Handball, I think, when it came back out. Caught Margerson, whose dad, of course, was an excellent Football League goalkeeper and coach, England goalkeeping coach now, isn't he, Martin Margerson?
I think it's bounced up off his midriff into his arm, so unfortunate.
Turner. Evans, he's been quiet so far. I say, ball hasn't been on the ground at all. Strong challenge again. He'll get a yellow this time, I think.
I don't think he will.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, he is.
He will.
Yeah. I'd have to see it again, Jonah, but I think when the player stays down, whether he's hurt or not, I think it makes it very difficult for the referee not to book him. This
is key, Andy, right? Because you've got one of the most physical and aggressive, decent midfielders, and he's always, yes, late, just a little bit late, I think. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But a yellow for Clayton, and he's that important.
But it's made the decision, and I understand,
you know. It becomes an orange, though, Clayton, because it's his game. You understand
that's part of his game, yeah.
You understand the game, right? Yeah. So if I'm Stokes now, I'm worried, because I can't afford to lose him as early as the first half. Flint. It's a better ball. No, he comes and collects. Two chances now to test the goalkeeper with a win behind, with a little bit of...
Yeah, I think give Ashley some credit for the way he's come for both of them. You know, he's put his name on them early.
TNS, Penabon, next Saturday. Greg Draper will be the guest.
What a good striker he was, by the way, in his day.
Greg Draper, wonderful striker. That's a goal kick. Yeah. Still involved in the coaching, I think, at TNS. There's a lot of their ex-players.
I think he's working with the ladies' team, and just following on his path, you know. But what a great striker!
Yes, he was.
You know, when he was at his pomp in my early days, you know, the goals he scored and his finishing.
All sorts of goals, yeah.
Yeah, and he was
never
just such a good finisher.
No,
you know?
Never lost the ball, did he?
No.
Fans beyond the Dragons fans there, Andy. Pontypridd, and you said it's a long journey. Is that what you call proper fans travelling up here?
Absolutely.
Brilliant effort.
Especially in this weather.
Brilliant effort. Anderson. Gets it wide. Kirkman. Could ask a question this time. Owen gets ahead of the cross. Oh, it's a chance.
Yeah.
It's definitely a chance.
Yeah.
Has he got an eye on the goalkeeper as he goes for the header? Don't know, but that is one hell of a chance. Great ball from Kirkman, not the greatest finish from Big John.
Takes the keeper out when he comes. Ash comes, doesn't get there. I think he might be disappointed he's not hit the target.
Absolutely.
We look at it from this angle. Keeper's just got caught in no man's land. Oh yeah, back across into the far corner.
That's a big target there, Andy.
Yeah, it's a chance.
That is a big chance for John Owen. Ashley, with all his experience, will look at that in the highlights on Sky on Monday evening and know he's got away with one there.
Yeah.
Owen, Green plays it inside. Kirkman seeing a lot of the ball at left back. Flynn. They've just upped the tempo a little bit, Andy.
Aber playing well.
Flint, can he keep that in? That's tremendous. beats his man, drives across, pulls it back on the edge of the ball. Evans opens his body up and just puts it over the top. 2 big chances in a minute for Aber, and that's why the manager's got his head in his hands. 2
Terrific
chances
play
in a
from
minute.
Flint. Fantastic. Down this right-hand side, the little Megs there, a great bit of skill, and then the presence of mind just to pick the ball out, and Evans, you'd be disappointed not to hit the target. Terrific wing play from Flint, the little Megs there.
Wonderful bit of skill.
And then, like I say, the composure to pull it back. Was under pressure, and if he keeps it down, it might have got deflection, but great passage of play from Aber.
Andy, when you're down the bottom of the league and you're having chances like that early on in 6-pointers, yeah, you know, you just got to get on with the game. But they're 2 big chances, Andy, we've seen in the last minute and a half.
2 great chances, and they're key, Jonah. You know, you'll go look back at whichever way the game pans out now. You know, they're probably highlighted more if they're later on in the game, but they're 2 great opportunities.
And by the way, they haven't fallen to midfielders or defenders.
No.
They've fallen to your 2 forwards.
And your top goal scorer in Evans, so you'd be disappointed. But promising to, you know, to be able to open up Pontypridd that easy.
Turner. Owen, the battle with Owen and Wright has been a great battle so far.
I like Wright.
Yeah.
First time I've seen him.
Big, strong boy.
I like him, you know.
Yeah. Ex-Cam Bryan and Clidder.
Could be a bit leaner and a bit fitter from first view.
Yeah.
But proper centre half. He's got to 2 or 3 balls. He's strong, big, physical. He's got a fabulous left foot. The 2-3 times I've seen him use it. So, yeah, first time I've seen him, I've been impressed.
Yeah, I shook his hand before the start of the game when I bumped into him. I won't be doing it again. He nearly broke my fingers.
That's how centre half should look.
Thorne, he's got to fire it in. They've had a bit of success in the air so far.
I just feel as the distances here on this now, they're too big. They could work a 2-on-1 here quite easily. If you go short, yeah, with Flint, especially with the quality he's just shown.
Thorne. Cummins gets there first. Bradford gets it back. Thorne, it should have gone back in first time. It's a great cross this time, though. Misses the header on the back post. Owen. Another corner. Pressure being piled on at the moment by the home team.
Just got to the ball in the box. They got to it first. The second ball got to it first. Kept the ball into good area. Got to the cross. And then you get a corner, so they're on the front foot and they're sharp at this moment in time. So we just need a goal to go with it, Jonah.
Often ask these questions, Andy. There's someone with your knowledge is even. You're the Pontypridd manager. You want half time now?
No, I just think you need your players just to you know. It's, you know, we're only you know we still got 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes to go yet.
Kirkman clips a great corner in again. Right heads it away.
It's just Wright's got to the header great, but again, Flint's picked up the second ball. He's alive to the ball, so they're just a little bit flat at the minute, flat-footed.
Yeah, and I'm aware of. There's Ratcliffe, George Ratcliffe. I'm sure he hasn't signed on to sit in there, I don't think, for the next 15 or 16 games. But it's down to Ashley to keep that spot for him. Owen. Decent play there. Again, Lewis. Areas. Magason, Thorne. Lewis does well in the battle. Back of the head. Green goes down. Andy, there's a break in play. There's a couple of your ex-players and assistants you've worked with. Craig Harrison at TNS. Doing a fine job?
Yeah, fantastic. Doesn't surprise me at all, though, Jonah. You know, he's got a relentless appetite and desire to win, you know, and he's carried that again into this job. Did fantastic for me for 3 or 4 years, but was always a number one, was always going to go back. Same as Neil Gibson, the number ones who came and worked with me, but they were always going to go back and manage.
Yeah, both doing terrific jobs. Owen. Just cut out there. Decent cut out in the end. It was very, very important. They will, like we said, we're talking about Aber and their home form, and so far they've had 2 gilt gilt-edged chances. Don't think we'll see any rushing from Ashley Morris. And Andy, I won't save this for the second half now because there's Taff again, but big win for your club, still your club, Manchester City against Arsenal in midweek to regain the lead in the English Premier League.
Yeah, it was. And it was one slightly different to the normal way City win games. And, 64% possession, Arsenal, which is unheard of against a Pep team. And they had enough shots and enough opportunities in the game, so it's far from over for me. I think if they get the win today against Aston Villa, I think they're right back in it and on an even opportunity to win the league with City. Yeah,
great to have that expertise and knowledge about the games. And just one more, we're on the subject. You said how humble you said the lad Haaland is.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to meet him a couple of times. I know his dad, I played with his dad, and just an appetite and a desire and a love of football and wanting to improve, and that was what impressed me so much about him. He just wants to improve. He wants to play football and he wants to score goals, Jonah. And when he gets taken out on the halfway line by a centre half, he doesn't want to stay down. He wants to run into the box and score a goal, and it's refreshing to see.
So in the transfer window now, if you took over the biggest club in the world, are you taking Haaland or Michael Wilde?
Michael Wilde.
Brilliant, great. There's only one Michael Wilde.
I wouldn't have to coach. I wouldn't have to coach Wilde. He knows what I want from him.
That's a better ball for me. Ask questions. And you know what? I think Thorne gets a picture.
It's in a great area.
It's in a great area. He's got to get something on it.
That's all he can do.
He's got to get something on that. Ponty have rode the storm so far. Still at 0-0, and mustn't underestimate the wind behind Aber, by the way. It's almost gale force. Lewis.
Good, keep the ball now. Just keep it for a period. Come back out of there and feel your way into the game. They've got an overloaded midfield.
Yeah, I think they've listened to, by the way. That's the first time they put 5 or 6 passes together. The cross bundles into Turner. They had that one move down the left-hand side, which was very impressive. But since then, they just had to ride a little bit of an Aberystwyth storm and stay in contact. Owen again shows his ability to get the ball down. That's a decent ball. Can Amoun get there this time first? Good sweeper keeping by the goalkeeper. Lewis away to Davis. Davis, he's got 3 up to 3 against 4 up there. Corner, that's more like it. But they're going down the left-hand side. They look enterprising, Andy.
Yeah, I'd like Davis to just get his head down and go. Just get at the last man. Don't go looking for something too early. Just get at him and ask a question of him, because you've only had a chance to see whether he can defend once or twice.
He looks like he's got the ability as well. The big man up, Amoun in the box, right on the back post. It looks like going to the back post as well, right? He's got to call it. Chance on the edge. Is it in? It's going to get bundled in. It's over the line. Bound to give a free kick in the end. Linesman puts a flag up and says offside. I'd like to see the replay on this.
Wow.
I'd like to see the replay. There's 2 people on the line.
Wow. How he pulls an offside out of that. It'd be interesting to see.
Their question is being asked. And now we'll go to Andy Morrison, VAR. Is it out to play? Is the corner out to play? There's 2, so there's impossible to be offside.
It can't be offside. It must have gone out of play.
It must have gone out of play. Out of play? Out of play.
Out of play.
We've just
well done, linesman.
Well linesman, well spotted.
Yeah.
He has done well there, by the way, the linesman. Spot on. And there's no arguing about it. Bright with a header. Lewis can pick a pass when he gets on a ball. Is that late? Yeah, that's late. Is that a yellow? If there's one the other end, Bradford leaves one in on Lewis. Referee says no, and Andrew Stokes wants to know why.
Not a yellow for me, Jonah.
Cummins. The free kick was taken quickly. Cummins gets around Kirkman. Cummins got to drive into the box. He wanted contact. He hung his leg out as well, Cummins. It was good play. It was clever play for him. And in the end, the left-back Kirkman does well not to make up to challenge.
He does really well, because he gets out he gets out too early, and then he can't affect the first touch of. Yeah, and he just runs it out of play, but he does well to stay away, because if he does...
Absolutely, there it is, Go on. Cummins is saying, just touch me from behind. A Jack Grealish in the making there for Cummins, but it never happened. Green. Ponty just having a good 5 to 10 minutes now, Andy.
Yeah, just feeling the way into it. Just and it's important, you get through that without stating the obvious. Just get through that period of play. Hang in there, and you will get your chance. And obviously, when the second half comes, they're going to have that. I'm not sure if it's gusting or it's across the pitch or down the pitch, Joey.
I think it's definitely at the back of Aber. And I think Ponty may go a little bit longer, especially with long throws. Cummins. Flatter throw. Seconds in the box, which you always talk about. Bobbling around on the edge. Green again. Makes the challenge.
Yeah. He's actually won a couple of knockdowns there and then threw himself in. He isn't going to pull out of a challenge. He's a brave kid. I've liked him for a long time, and when he was at Barry,
great
I was
player.
always really fond of him, just because of his courage and determination to go and compete.
There's a trail there in front of us, Andy, for everybody. There's Scorio on Monday evening, 9:35, including Barry Town versus Cambrine and Clydach. All the highlights on Scorio and on YouTube through the week. Yeah, I have to agree with you, Andy, because I picked him about 4 years ago, first time for the Wales C squad, and people are asking questions. You know the game, like you said, Andy. You've been around the game. You've got to have tough characters in your team.
Yeah, listen, if it was managing and I was playing in midfield 3 or whatever shape, I'd want him in my team. I rate him that highly. I like him. He can play also, and he's shown at times when he does break forward. He can get in the box and score a goal, which he's added more this season.
I think he may have gone down on his shoulder here. Heads he's gone for straight away, and there's a little bit from either bench saying he should be blowing up a... Oh, he hits his head. He takes a tumble. Back of the head.
They're not
there.
nice, them.
No, not at all.
I just think the defender kind of rolls him, inside, and when he come down on them, they're never comfy. Kind of a whiplash movement,
Absolutely, yeah. Carnarvon went top of the bottom 6 last night, Andy, and Hughie Griffiths still doing a decent old job at Carnarvon.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I know Hugh, he'll be disappointed. The Carnarvon, the Kofi Army will be disappointed that they're not in that top 6, because that's where they see themselves and where they think they should be. Which team you take out of that top 6 and say, well, they should be in there instead of them, it's a tough one.
Very
because
tough indeed.
The top 6,
Newtown in 6th place.
Absolutely, yeah, and there's no way any of them teams up there now, because I do think there's been a level of investment and expectation now, Jonah, in those teams that are in that top 6.
Yeah, well, even in the bottom 6 in front of us, like you said, you've got Carnarvon, Flint, right? They got an array of different players this season. Haverfordwest, maybe their standards were for top 6 before the season started. Pontypridd, as we're talking genuinely about it now, Andy. There's maybe even a little more, we don't like to talk about, but there's a little more cash around in the bottom half of the league than there was a few years ago.
And with that comes expectation, Jonah. But I always ask whenever a team, I was having a conversation in the week and people were talking about Tottenham, whether they're achieving or not.
What a place to take your girlfriend. Valentine's weekend. Mate, he's even laughing. She's laughing
I'm
at me,
trying
mate.
to talk football and you're talking Valentine's.
It's Valentine's weekend and she brought her to watch Aberystwyth.
That's love.
You gotta move on.
Stop it now. Listen, let me get back to what I was saying.
Sorry.
So we were talking about Tottenham and they were saying, they should be, and I said, well, who are you taking out of that top 5? And I think that's similar now to the Welsh, the top 6. Yeah. When you say, well, Haverfordwest I'm going to go, there I'm going to go. Well, I'll say, well, which one do you want to take out of that top 6 and say they shouldn't be in there? And it's because a lot of them are established now.
And European regulars.
Absolutely. And it's very hard to break into that elite 6, and I think Newtown are definitely in there. Pennybont have come in over the last few seasons. Bala have been in there. TNS are obviously the champions. Connors Quay, just, now for the last 7-8 years have been in there. So
what's massive as well, Andy, is there's a 4th spot again this year.
Brilliant.
For Europe.
Yeah.
That is absolutely gigantic. It's Walshy, I think. It's Liam Walsh who took the tumble.
He'll be fine.
There you are. He saved £7. Tell you what, Andy, this past couple of photographs what our cameraman has shows us it's been a blustery 0-0 so far.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Bradford does well. He goes to ground, knocking it back from Cummins. Important now. The 6 or 7 minutes leading up to half-time. Lewis, first time, had to go in first time. Second chance for Cummins. Fires it to the far post. Amoon will get there first. It's being marshalled well by Litchfield so far. Amoon, can he get the shot off? Amoon should have took it first time. Gets the pass off. For me, when you've had a hat-trick the week before and you've got that chance, take a chance, Ben. Take a chance.
Yeah, he's done ever so well. I thought he should have actually laid the ball off and then got in the box, but he's done great. Picked his way through just here. I think there's a little through the legs there. No, it's shuts off and he's made the right decision, but I think maybe Kieran Lewis should let that go first time.
The battle commences with Jarrad Wright and John Owen, which has been a decent battle so far. Most probably the highlight of the game. Ponty, Aber, in fact, still got a wonderful record as well, Andy. Have never been relegated from this league in 30 years.
Yeah, well,
aware of that?
You want that in your favour when you're coming into, because it is going to be a scrap. Obviously Airbus are gone, but it's going to be a real tight scrap between the rest,
Thorne bends his run as per usual to get the long throw. He fires it in, first header. Amoon tracks back and does his job. Ash Morris gives him a pat on the back for the header, but it's key now, key time to get your goal. Just need to be a little bit more lively in there, Aber. He's whipped it across the front. It's a decent corner off the ball. Singing and dancing gives a free kick away. I think Johnny Evans has just left something on the goalkeeper.
Just mauling it, but as it looked up the setup, if everybody does their job correctly, then Wright heads the ball. And that's how it should be, and that's exactly how it's panned out. Everyone else is about suffocating and stopping, and then Wright goes and attacks the ball, which he did.
With a free header?
With a free header. That's job done.
The Springer, as a certain Neil Elbro told me.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the Springers. George Horan actually asked for a bonus once in his contract for headers out of the box.
Did he?
I said, we'll be doubling your wage.
Brilliant, brilliant. It's knocked back in. Chance here. Flint goes through. His first touch is important. His second is key. That's the goal! Evans, as a striker, followed up really well. Don't underrate the finish, because it's all about being a gambler. The shot was off. The save was half made by Ashley Morris, and the gambler gets the goal. Johnny Evans. It's 1-0 to Aber.
Yeah, probably on the half deserved. But what you see here, Jonah, is the problem without a back four. When you go to a 3 and you get stretched down the side, just here now, that's your fullbacks normally tucking round there, but he can't get back in because he's in a 5. Great shot on target, which is the key, and then Evans following up.
Tell you what, Andy, he adjusts his feet well. Have a look at this. He gets a shot off. That ball comes back to him quite quick. Adjusts his feet well.
Yeah, he does well, but Flint's got to take great credit to break away in that channel and get his shots off on target and keep it down as well. Terrific goal for me.
Big time to score. Good first save from the keeper. I don't think he can hold it.
It comes to them that hard. I think he's about saving it, isn't it? And then you're hoping that your team, the rest of the team are coming in to support him for that knockdown. But I've seen that so many times when you turn the opposition round and they're in a 3, just that down the deepest defender, which is right. There's nobody tucking around in it, and it makes it difficult.
How many times have Aberystwyth tampered with relegation over the years, and how many times have they come up with that sort of goal to get them out of trouble? You're looking at it in midweek again. They get beat 5-0 away last week at Flint. Oh, they're going again, Aber. It looks like they're going to go. They keep reacting. For how long can they keep it up?
Yeah, well, it's certainly the right reaction from what we saw last week. And we spoke about that at the start of the game, Jonah. You expect a big reaction from a 5-0. That would have hurt everybody from Aberystwyth, from the chairman all the way down, especially with the first game after the split. And today the reaction's been fantastic so far.
And when I spoke to you at the beginning, Andy, about Airbus UK, they've gone 26 games. Football still tells us that they're liable to still win one out of the last 8 or 9, and whoever they beat, that could be Massive.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the opposite when you get into that top 6, it was always the team that could nick a point off TNS.
Like Met did last week.
That's the big one, you know, because you don't normally see that as a point, and it's more than 3 points. You know, it's almost... Please understand what I'm saying. It's almost 4.5 points when you beat TNS, you know?
Definitely. We mentioned that last week.
That's before anybody rings in and says you can't get 4.5 points for winning a game of football. But you know what I mean.
Kirkman. Davis. You let that one run out. That's a big goal from Johnny Evans. He's Aberystwyth through and through. And he really has done well this season.
Natural striker's instinct.
Yeah, that was.
You know, he's followed in.
Yeah, for me, it's a great goal.
You know, and without seeing it again, the young lad Bright, you've got to ask where he is when Flint gets down the side of Wright. You know, is Bright then reading the next phase of play?
See, we were talking about number 9s, Andy, and how, you know, the modern day sort of number 9 has to be, you know, Alfie Islandish. You've got to be able to run. You've got to be able to hold it up. There's not many brought through anymore. There's no Robbie Fowlers anymore. It's almost as if they're not allowed anymore to be a goal sniffer.
Yeah, it's a great point, you know, because where do you play? Where do you actually put him? Are you a wide man? Are you a 9? Are you a striker? You know, but listen, good footballers evolve, and they'd find a way. You know, intelligent footballers would find a way to play in the game.
Scored the goal.
Absolutely, yeah.
Surely not a 7th 2-1 win this afternoon for Aber. They'll start calling that their nickname if they get that today. The 2-1ers. Williams will be over the moon with it. It was a big, important time to score, Andy. Summing up the first 45, Andy, with about 40 seconds to half-time. Have they earned the 1-0?
Absolutely, yep. I don't think Pontypridd started the game right on the front foot. You know, that I think Aberystwyth got to too many second balls. They won the little, not battles, Jonah. They're not individual battles, but they won those little knockdowns and all that, and which creates momentum. And they're well worthy of their lead at this point.
Right. Can Ponty get the equaliser before half-time? This will be their last effort before half-time. Bright, first header again, key. Wright wins the first. It's a great first header from Wright. Said second, so important.
Yeah, just got goal side and not...
He knocks it down to a great area, by the way.
Yeah, it's just gambling on the inside, isn't it? I know. Scored a lot of goals from that sort of phase, you know, just winning that first one and then people running off it.
There won't be no rush from Matt Turner. So it looks like the Jonathan Evans goal at half-time gives the Seasiders a 1-0 lead in this massive 6-pointer at Park Avenue. Myself and Andy Morrison look forward to being with you in the next 45 minutes.
Nick, diolch yn fawr iawn. Dyna sefyllfa ar yr egwyl felly. Cyn i ni edrych yn ôl ar yr hanner cynta, ni'n mynd i gael cip bach ar hyn sy'n digwydd o gwmpas Cymru. Ni'n hoffi dilyn y gemau lleol ar draws y wlad. Ni wedi bod i'r gellu gandryll gyda llaw sy'n enwog am lyfrau gwyl diwylliannol. Dim dyna oedd yn denu Turfs Tregaron penwythnos diwethaf. Na weithoch chi mai win or lose on the booze y dywediad mawr y rheolwr. Dyna'n chi glyw o ran trywydd y ffilm fach nesaf yma.
We can't get too complacent. We've got to think of every game which is in front of us. You know, yes, we're top, and it's good to have the points on the board, but we are aware what's behind us, and we know that Tregaron, you know, they're going to be a difficult side, but if the boys can't get up for it and they want to get a promotion, there's something wrong, you know.
Liam Jones tu fewn at Ryan Davies yn ei gosod i at Ifan Jones ac mae Tregaron ar y blaen.
Ie, o'r diwedd, mae'n ysfan ni. O'n i'n gweld rhywbeth yn dod, ond na fe. Won y lan, gret. Boes war yna.
Unrhyw un sydd ddim yn ymwybodol, fyddi di roi bach o gyd-destun o ran lle da chi, lle maen nhw'n y gyngrair, a be fydda Chief Point pnawn ma'n ei olygu?
Maen nhw wedi chwarae 14 gêm, i ni wedi chwarae 8. So mae 6 gêm da ni i chwarae. So mae hwnna yn 18 pwynt. Os bod ni'n ennill games i gyd, byddwn ni lan yr un maint o bwyntiau nhw. Ar y moment, am bod ni heb chwarae gwmynt, a ni gwmynt o boint stiol, mae'n edrych yn big ask, ond a talent yn y boesyn, maen nhw'n surpriso ni yn aml ofnadw, chi'n gwybod bod nhw'n good players, a wedyn, amser i ni chwarae teams da iawn weld rhain, maen nhw'n gallu codi gêm.
Bale yn cael ei chlirio mond at Liam McInally, capten yn chwicio'r croeso di mewn ar peniad gan Jack Biggs yn dod ar gellu yn gyfartal.
Just equalised with Jack scoring. It's been, we haven't played our more fluent football at the moment. I think we're a little bit like tentative on the ball and there's no composure. Sometimes you just have to get your foot on the ball, head up, a little bit of composure and just play your natural game.
Oh, easy. Oh.
I thought we were in again. I'm just about to jump all over you again.
A Christine, ydych chi'n cael pnawn Saturn bach allan eto pnawn yma?
Ie, dilyn nhw'n bob man. Ers blynydde mawr.
Yn dach wir?
Ie, odw. Wel, pan enillon ni'r Emrys Morgan, 2007, fi'n credu, oedd rhywun sy'n ma'r number 6 fi'n credu heddi. Oedd e un o'r mascots ni amser ni. Ie. O'n i wastad yn dilyn ters. Pan o'n i'n ifanc, nod just ffrindiau mrawd yn ware, a wedyn wedi stico dan o. Oedd y gŵr yn manager am rhyw 10 mlynedd, fi'n credu, a wedyn nath e break bach, ond cadwes i dan o. Fi'n enjoyo mynd mas bod i'r crawn di cadw yna. Mae'r boes yn, gref.
Felly, Carwyn, dwi ar ddall bod ti'n teithio i fyny o Gaerdydd bod penwythnos i chwarae yr ran efo'r Turfs.
Fi'n trial wneud fy ngorau i dod i wario dyn nhw. Fi a 2 boi arall y canol caf yna. Fi'n dod o Caerdydd i wario gyda'r boes.
Achos fy ambell un yn dweud ar benwythnos mae yn y briefing nes eisiau bod, ond i chi mae'r atyniad yn ôl yn Hygaron.
Mae'n galon wastad i bod yn Tregaron, so ni hoffi dod i wario y boes. So na le ni eisiau dod i wario gêm. Mae boes i gyd wedi dod â fancy dress, so ni gyd yn gwisgo lan i mynd nôl ar y bus. So mae 2 awr o taith nôl i fyny. So just bach o hwyl gyda'r boes ar y ffordd nôl.
I have no idea we're not breaking through here. I believe we're fairly dominant in what we're doing here, but it's getting that goal, isn't it?
Gellu yn troi amddiffyn yn ymosod y Bale dros ben. A dyma Matthew Tong, ydy o'n ennill y ras, ydy! Ac mae prif sgoriwr y gyngraen wedi rhoi'r tîm Serfrig yr adran ar y blaen gyda 5 munud i fynd. Y gellu 2, Tregaron 1. A'r fain cwrdd i bodde.
I fod yn onest, maen nhw'n edrych mwy wel sgoro.
A Matthew Tong yn glir eto, golwr yn dod allan ac unwaith eto, Matthew Tong yn ennill y ras.
Mae nhw'n newid sgwr o tro, so ma... ond fi cael o'n i heiddi rhywbeth mas o'r gêm, ond na, dwi ddim wedi mynd fel heddi, ond fel mae pêl-drod o e.
Yn anffodus, 2 gol iddyn nhw, y cwmwys yr un fath. Pêl-drod yn gros, a wedyn oedd yr centre forward nhw'r 50 na'n just nipo mewn a i pwysio i bod keeper. 2 mistake ni, mwyn Paul, yn y 5 munud diwetha. Ddim yn heiddi na.
A dyna ni, chwiban ola y dyfarnwr. Mae wedi bod yn gêm gystadleol, ond 2 gol hwyr Matthew Tong ydy'r gwahaniaeth yma. Y gellu yn ennill o 2-1.
I knew they would come good in the second half. Once they started getting the football on the floor, playing as they do, playing the game properly. And I knew Matty would come up trumps. He's a top striker. He's a great lad as well. And we got the 3 points, and let's move on, 6 to go.
I think you could see in the celebrations what it means to everyone as well.
Absolutely, because the club just wants to evolve. We've got such an amazing setup here, like I said earlier. We've applied application for to have a clubhouse and the change rooms up here, which will just elevate the whole club to the next level and bring this whole community together even more. So we're the most ambitious club in the surrounding area, without a shadow of a doubt.
Mae'r boes mewn hwnna nawr, maen nhw'n eitha lawr, ond mae'n noswaith dda o flaen ni. gan bod ni wedi dod â bws lawr, mae yna fancy dress heno nawr. Mae dy fi'n problem. Na felliant.
Mae hynny'n bwysig hefyd yn dydy i godi ysbryd, rhywbeth i gadw'r ysbryd i fynd ar ôl canlyniad traumatic fel pnawn.
Chybod, fel maen nhw'n gweud, win or lose, we're on the booze. Mae gyda ni cwpl o cans mewn fyna nawr bod ni wedi dim dathlu ni'n wneud. Chybod, i ni dal i fod yn mynd i'n joio ni'n hyn. A na beth sy'n bwysig ar diwedd y dydd, bod boes mewn cwrdd, chwarae pêl droed, cael gêm da, a wedyn mynd allan wedyn ni'n enjoy gwmni gilydd.
Hwna bwys, oes camera fideo.
Wel, mae hwyl o gwmpas y ceia lleol.
Un o'r kits nath o wisgo, i chwarae.
Neis. Good fancy.
Sa fi wrth y foch yn y tîm.
O, diolch yn fawr iawn, Gelli Gadrich a Turfs Tregaron, cymeriadau. Ni ddim yn bell o Tregaron, fan hyn, yn ei citiau crand, beth am hon? Mae'n, ddim yn gwych, ond mae'n canlyniad y wych yn Aberystwyth ar hyn o bryd.
Hei, sa'n ars fel un, sa Aberystwyth poeni ddim am sut perfformiad ydi o, y sgôr di beth pwysig, y 3 pwynt na. A maen nhw wedi dangos mwy o ddychymig. Maen nhw wedi cynnig yma lot mwy ymosodol yn y gêm hefyd, a nhw sydd wedi creu cyfleoedd gorau, a wedi sgorio'r holl gol bwysig fyny rwan. Be rhaid ti gofio, yn cefn dy feddwl, dyn nhw ddim wedi cael llechan lan tymor hyn, chweith.
Ie, na, pwynt da iawn. Os allan nhw gael un heddi, byddai'n amser da i ddechrau. Na ni weld cyfleoedd Pontypridd yn gyntaf. Gysyn nhw'n gwbl ar y dechrau yna.
Do, nath o ddechrau'r droed flaen i'n cwestiwn Ben y Mwn yn fan hyn, a mae o'n just cael ei droed iddi yn fanna, ond mae'n just hedag i ffwrdd o'r wrth o fo. Symudiad da, chwarae wrth ysgwydd yr amddiffynwyr, wedyn mae'n dod i fewn ar yr ochr dall yn fan hyn, wedyn mae'n bron, gath o'i droed iddi, ond Bradford yn neud o dda.
A chi'n gael y bil am un o un pen yn cael y llall, a dim un amddiffynwr yn cyrraedd na, ond ie, mae'n siŵr bod Pontypridd yn meddwl bod hon yn mynd i gyfri hefyd.
Wel, oedd am bod y bel, bechod bod y bel di mynd allan, ti weld ti'n hawdd o fanna, mae allan o'r dir y chwarae, felly, mae'n iawn i gael i ganslo allan dydi, ond ar y pryd oedd Aberystwyth yn dechrau dod nôl i mewn i'r gêm, so yna wedi bod yn amser da i sgorio, ond nath o ddim, ac Aberystwyth yn dod yn ôl mewn i'r gêm a di sgorio.
Ie, dyna'r sefyllfa, ni'n gweld tu ôl i ni, cwpl o bobl yn paratoi, Danny Williams un ohonyn nhw. Diddorol, ni'n agos ati fan hyn, mae'n diddorol gael pawb
paratoi. Mae gen Aberystwyth rhywbeth i warchod wan, does?
O gen i weld cyfleoedd Aberystwyth nesaf, achos ar ôl hynny, mi oedd na ambell i eiliad addawol.
Wel, hon oedd y peniad i ddechrau. Mi dal o Johnny Owen di wneud y well, mae mewn safle fan hyn, lle mae o'n gweld bob dim o'i flaen o. Mae ar y posti bell, a mae'n gweld o'i flaen o, mae'n gweld Ashley Morris wrth i llinell gol. Mae'n rhaid i just reoli hwnna, a gadael y bel tan dy dalcen di, a ryw lwpio i fyny. Ti'n mwyn penio lawr, ti'n just cadw'n y lygad a lwpio i nôl efo dy dalcan. Mae hwn sgil gora, showboats gora'r gêm. Mae hwnna'n arbennig o dda i Flint, efo'r sgil yna a wneud y cyfle i Jonathan Evans. Mae hynna werth fi ddod i dal i'm res yn dod i weld. Wel, dwi ddim wedi talu ddod i mewn, ond yn sicr, bendant. Mae hwnna fod ar Sky sy'n nesaf, dangos i showboat efo. Mae'n taro bel efo Sokol a Paddy Draed i gael y nutmeg. Jonathan Evans wedyn, plygin ôl ar yr eiliad dwytha.
Do, un o chi'n gweld yn plygin ôl, ond fe ddath gol. Bydd Pontypridd ddim yn hapus, eto, dim bod Aberystwyth yn poeni am hynny.
Edrych am faint mae'r amddiffynwyr yn cysgu fan hyn, enwedig yr un ar ochr lle mae Jonathan Evans yn edrych i mewn o. Mae'n cysgu, mae Jonathan Evans jyst yn rhagweld, os yn ercydio draws y golwr, dwi yna. A mae yna i fi yn grefn naturiol o sgorio, a isio sgorio gol. Mae yna wahanol i bod mewn safleoedd, ond oedd o isio bod mewn safle, mae'n darllen y chwarae, gyda eto gan Flint. Ashley Morris, mae'n gwestiwn, nath o daro i nôl i lle, oedd yr mosodwr yn mynd i sgorio fel na Jonathan Evans, felly fedrech chi gwestynnu'r arbediad yn lle 10 mlynedd, na Tommy Morgan dweud rhywbeth 10 mlynedd nôl, so Ashley Morris di dal o'na, nes a fod i taro i allan, llaw creu ni, a sa'n i mynd allan am cig cornel.
Ail hanner mawr iawn ar y ffordd fan hyn, Malcolm.
Wel, mae'n rhaid i Pontypridd, tiach di byth fel bod nhw wedi curo 4 gol i ddim wrthos dwytha, ar y perfformiad yna. dyn nhw'n di troi fyny eto. So ti'n gwybod, ti'n mynd i gael mwy. Ydy Aberystwyth mynd i cadw nhw allan? Wel, mae gen rhywbeth i warchod, mae'n sicr.
Oes, yn bendant. Max, diolch fawr iawn am y tro. Nawr, os chi ma'n gynnar, bore yma, oedd hi'n orlawn yma, gyfyn y chwaraewyr ifanc, mae'n gyngrair ieuenctid lywyrchus iawn yn ardal mas, diwedd y 60au. Dwi'n eisiau brolio, nath un ohono ni ennill y treble yn 1985.
Oedd am y fi.
Celtied oedd hwnna, amser gwych. Nawr, Steph Davies, un o boes Aberystwyth, un o'r chwaraewyr, un o'r hyfforddwyr yma, ges i air da fe ben bore. O Steff, mae'n brysur yma, ben bore yn Aberystwyth, tîm brysur hefyd. Gret gol gymryd o blant lleol fan hyn heddi.
Odi, ti'n meddwl, ni'n ffodus ofnadw yma yn Aberystwyth, ni'n 3 safle ffantastig i gael cyflesterau ffantastig yma. Ni fan hyn yn Park Avenue, mae gemau ymlaen yn Penweddig a yn Blaen Dole. So mae dy ti cyflesterau ffantastig i plant o bob oedran o 5 plant a 16 i gael cyfle i ware bod i Sadwrn. Mae'n gret.
Ie, well ni esbonio beth yw'r gyngrair yn union, felly fi'n cofio blynyddoedd maith yn ôl, mi oedd yna gyngrair, mae cyngor wedi bod fan hyn ers y 60au, mini minors, so eisiau brolio, gysi bach o lwyddiant, ond dal yr un sefyllfa fath o beth.
Ie, wel, fan hyn nawr, mae dyn ni tîmaeth dan 7 yn ware fan hyn, so mae dyn ni 2 grŵp, tua 12 tîm, so plant o 5 i 7 yn cael chwarae, so mae nhw fan hyn, dyn ni under 9s, under 11s, 13s, 15s, mae'n gret, mae'r plant mae'n cael cyfleoedd ffantastig, a ni ma heddi gyda'r under 7s. Dwi ddim fel, sim cystadleuol, sim tarian ar y diwedd, ond mae'r boes yn cael datblygu, a mwy'n pwysig, bod nhw'n cael bod yn hapus yn ware fyd, so na beth sy'n bwysig, really.
Ie, felly clybiau o le o'r ardal leol, yn amlwg o pa fath o dîm ein nhw? Ie,
so, wel, i fi'n hyfforddi Ystwyth, so Llanillar, de. Mae dyn ni Penrhyn Coch fan hyn, Tregaron, mae dyn ni Bow Street, a mae Dobby Lan, so mae un o tîm o fi'n ware fan hyn nawr, Ystwyth, Llewod a yw'r ein, so fi'n hyfforddi nhw a Llewod B. Mae ma fi'n 5. Maen nhw'n cael ware fan hyn, maen nhw'n joio, so tîm oedd fel la yn yr ardal, rili, o Tregaron felly pella mas os ti'n mwyn o Aberystwyth.
Ac yw'r clwb, cysylltiad â'r clwb yn amlwg, os yna scouts ma'n barod yn edrych ar ein?
Mae'n diddorol, rili, achos fi'n athro hefyd, so fi'n gweld lot o'r bechgyn y merched ma'n chwarae'r ysgolion a beth hefyd. Ni'n gallu gweld, mynd nôl ers i fi dechrau ware'r Aberystwyth, ond lot fwy o boes lleol yn ware ma'n y flynyddoedd diwetha. Mynd nôl cwpl o flynyddoedd, wedyn ni TNS, o 7 o chwaraewyr lleol yn ware. A na be ni moyn rili i'r clwb, yw bod ni yn dod mewn ar chwaraewyr yma. A mae Boreau fel hyn yn helpu, maen nhw'n law fan hyn, cyware ar ceia ffantastig fel hyn, a maen nhw'n cael y profiad, a gobeithio wedyn ni'n gallu gweithio i cael nhw mewn i'r tîm cyntaf yn y dyfodol, ynddo fe?
Digon prysur i ti, ta fe. Ei, diolch am y sgwrs, diolch yn fawr i ti. A dyma Steff i hun, eilydd yw y pnawn, mae wedi cael anaf i'w lawr wythnosau diwetha, gen i olys bydd yn dod i'r cae i geisio gwneud gwahaniaeth, dim bod angen i gwahaniaeth ar un o bryd. Maen nhw ar y blaen, maen nhw eilyddio wedi bod, gen i fwy o fanylion felly wrth i ni fynd nôl at y pwynt sylwebu. Ail hanner mawr iawn i ddod, fel o'n i'n gweud, nôl yn ni at Nick Parry.
Welcome back to a very blustery Park Avenue. Danny Williams comes on for Jack Corradon, by the way, for Ponty. Showing a move already that they need goal scorers on to get something from this game. Aberystwyth still obviously 1-0 ahead through the Johnny Evans goal 5 minutes before half-time. Game on, Andy. Big game on now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you're looking for a quick start now. Get into that attacking third, turn Aber around, you know, try and pin them in and get some sort of a momentum. But I know how difficult these games are, especially in these conditions.
Well, that's why I'm about to ask you, Andy. I think it is the question, right, with all your experience. Do you go back to front and put another man up there with this big win behind you, or are you going to try and play your way through to get back in the game?
Well, it depends what your principles are and the personnel you have. You know, we just had a walk around there, and I'm not sure which way it is actually blowing, and whether it's in a fade. You know, it's not as it has been down here. You know, it's maybe slightly across, and it's more blustery, as you say, rather than the gale that you can get in this area. But I'm sure Pontypridd will know the importance of starting this half well and getting that equaliser early.
Yeah, second goal as per usual in any game is vital. I think Jack Thorne, will he bend his run again? He got a bit of a style here, Jack. He's like one of those Olympic high jumpers who run round that sideways, look. There he goes.
He's trying to get momentum, isn't he?
Fires it in. First headed is out by Ammon again. Seconds, goes behind. Yeah, this is key for me now, Andy, as well. The set, how are they going to play out? Who's the big man that Ben Amun now has to be? He's crucial up top. Well, they're trying to play out like I know you stood alongside me. That's Pontypridd, by the way, playing out like Manchester City. They got a 70-mile-an-hour wind behind them, and they're making 4 passes in their area.
Yeah, I mean, if they got that one right, you know, and that's always the risk and reward. If they got that right, they're out, and they've gone, you know, they broke the press, but they didn't get it right, and then I guess that's the conundrum a manager has. You know, we know how we want to do things, but do we have the personnel that can play through that press?
First touch from Owen. Flint gets his team the corner. It's a bright start. There's an early bright start to the second half from Aberystwyth.
What it is, Jonah, you've had 3 moments in the game so far where there's been 50-50 balls and Aber have got to them first. And it's so important. We talk about tactics, we talk about formations, we talk about how we're going to create overloads over the pitch. How about just getting to the ball first?
Well, after this corner, I'll go through something what happened last week, Andy, which absolutely backs your chance. Bradford headed out by Green. Anderson will try and keep it in place. Got to go back in from Walsh. Walsh, it's a great ball, asking questions from Walsh. Second ball. Ben Hammond most probably been the best defender in that box. Hooked away by Green. You've got to get out once they clear their lines, Ponty. They're just hanging around the box. They're still there now. They could have cleared it about 3 or 4 times and they're still on the edge of their area.
They worked it really well.
Davis looks for the run, just overcooks it. Going back to what you just said, Andy, about passion and getting on the ball. Last week when they were 2-0 ahead, TNS, CJ Craven, who was ex-TNS, was playing left back for Cardiff Met, and he makes just a crazy challenge, but he's just letting people know he wanted them to know that I want something from this game. They can change games.
Yeah, not always physically. You know, I'm just talking about anticipation. Yeah. Just getting on movement, on getting to that ball first and creating a momentum from that. And, you know, I remember speaking to a manager, shouting at the manager when I was playing in midfield and saying there's 2 of us in against their 3. And he just went, good job, there's only 1 ball then, isn't it? Just get to it first, you know? And that was a manager who went on to manage England.
Wow. Any names? Again, the long throw will be thrown in by Thorne. It's a rugby pass this time. Walsh. Anderson gets it back inside. Evans wins the header against Magason. Owen. Can he spin his man? Wright gets there first. 3 or 4 chances for me so far to clear their lines, and they should have gone long.
So is that, you know, you got Benamoun now who's gone back to deal with it. You know, do you leave him up because now he's chasing out to there, you know, and just say, listen, you lads, you deal with it. You deal with a long throw. Once you suffocate John Owen, there's not a lot of other threat there really.
Yeah.
And at least it leaves us 2 up the pitch when we do turn around. But when we clear that first ball, and if it's Benamoun clearing the ball, they're never going to get out.
There it is, Ben, making obviously an attack. Has just got him by the arm, and the referee, linesman's had a look of it. He's bought a good foul there. Evans knew what he was doing. Yeah. By the way, I passed a group of Aberystwyth fans at half-time, and they're saying, hey, Johnny Evans, 6 in the last 9 games.
Yeah, like I say, last week I was surprised he was on the bench when I went to Flint, and 6 minutes in now, Jonah, and they've not got out of their 3rd. You know, great start from Aber. If you wanted to come out and start right, they certainly have.
Kirkman. Chance. Good block from Green. It was an important block. Anderson wins the seconds again. Magason heads it down. 3rd chance to get out. They're still not out, as we said. 1 good pass in from Anderson, and Evans was in. Litchfield to go all the way back. Walsh keeps it in play, and Turner clears his lines really well. Evans knows he's got to leave it. Wright gets the head on it. Evans showing some physicality there against Harrison Bright. Morris. Yeah, they're pinning him in, Andy.
Yeah, really. Exactly, you know, Taff will be delighted. with the start to the second half, because they've just pinned them in continually.
Winning physical battles as well?
Yeah, just those individual battles of getting to the ball first, and it's not about physical, it's about anticipation, it's about, you know, your mindset and how sharp you are in your football brain, and if that's dominating, they've done that for this first 6 or 7 minutes.
Hooked across. Showed for penalty, wanted. Not given by the referee. Don't think it was. Kirkman. Jones hasn't seen as much of the ball as he would have wanted so far. They've been living on scraps, to say the least, the forwards for Pontypridd. Davis gets it wide. Lewis waited the pass. Should have gone first time. Magason made a great run. Wanted it quicker. Right. They're out of their half now. Can they get in that last third and create something? Magason. Danny Williams is free on the right. Great ball. Can he get there? Almost a great ball from Magason. He's seen the pass. He was just unlucky then, Andy.
Yeah, just over hit, and he felt it in there. But that's better. I think that's what Andrew Stokes, I think that's what he's looking for, is just to keep the ball and move it, but, you know, and look for a pattern to be able to create something, and just slightly overhit. But that'll be more pleasing.
That's it. At present, it does drop Ponty back into the relegation zone. As it stands, Haverfordwest and Flint is a massive game this afternoon.
It just shows how tight it is, Jonah, down there, you know. And as you said before the game, maybe they are 6-pointers. They're such big games now, aren't they?
They are.
When it's so, you know, there's not one set adrift, really. One victory and you're out of it, and it's...
Right again. You did mention how impressed you were by Wright that first half. And again, he gets there first before John Owen. Williams, almost. No straight balls, no good without win behind you, Andy.
No, I don't think so. Just got to move it. And then one extra pass there might be able to get in. But again, Wright strong. Got to the ball first, and yeah, I have been impressed.
Cummins. Some experienced players in the Ponty lineup. Clayton Green, of course, and Luke Cummins were involved at Barrytown last year. Thorne, can he drive forward? Referee, good play on by the referee.
Excellent.
Flint. Turner. Magason just gets there, and Cummins will hook on. Seconds, this is what they got to pick up now. Pick up the seconds and get forward. They're one behind. There's 35 minutes left of the half. And ask questions. Ewan Lewis just leaves a little bit on Danny Williams there from behind. Yeah. Williams goes down.
A great deal. These are really important now, not just this first phase now when we put this ball in. It's making sure that we put it into an area where the very least you get a corner or a second phase.
Great ball in. Wright wins the first one, and Turner collects the second. Like you said, win the first and challenge for the second. They want a bad kicking, by the way. I'd like to most probably see it's a great ball from Magason, but I'd like to see him in the box. There's Jared Wright. Knows how important this game is. Turner. Harrison Bright just helps it out to play. Ponty, the season's most probably summed up, Andy, by 3 clean sheets all season.
Yeah. I think we all, you know, without stating the obvious, know the importance of clean sheets. And
when you get on them runs, them clean sheets, you could be as flamboyant as you like. You've got to have a clean sheet to climb leagues. I think I'm going to take your point about Ben Amoun again, Andy. He's most probably defending every long throw. Keep him forward if you can.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's what's the need, and the need is to, you know, make sure you got 2 targets up the pitch on the turnover, and that'll give Aberystwyth a problem as
Yeah.
well. So they're going to keep one back, so
Definitely.
it changes it anyway. But I think he's mindful of, obviously, John Owen in there. But when you've got Wright, Greening just go and pin John Owen, just pin him and just let Wright head the ball. You know, simple basics.
Channel is the shout. Can he get there first? Alison Bright comes across.
A good ball, that, Jordan. You know, you look at the momentum now. So now Benamoun's running back up the pitch. There's no way Thorne's going to he's going to rush over there. And it just takes, and it kills the momentum of Pontypridd.
Absolutely, because, Andy, by the way, we've played 12 minutes of this half already. And what have they been out of the half for? 1 minute?
And with the wind, they put probably now 5 long throws in. They've had 2 corners, and it just changes completely the dynamics.
Thorne, skipper of the Seasiders, again bending his run to get the throw in, fires it in. John Owen gets the first touch, seconds again. It was Amun who made the tackle again. He's been their best defender, never mind attacker. Walsh fires one in. Jones, can they spread play? Bodies forward, Lewis. They doubled up here. Cummins is going outside him. Does he take the shot on early? Cummins gets there. It's an awkward pass. He's got to do a lot to keep that in play. He's just got to look after it now and get something. Get a corner. Did well to get the ball in. Just to pass a little bit too much in front of Cummins and Andy.
Yeah, but a great first ball from Clayton Green to release. That was the key pass. Given the opportunity, they just didn't quite work it.
Tries to spread play. Gets a late one. Referee says play on. I'll be interested to see whether he goes back to Lewis. In it goes from Davis. Green still down. Kirkman drives out. Flint. Anderson makes a run. Morris. Oh, Morris did really well in the end. But with them 2 touches. Flint will give a free. It's a good free kick. He'll get a yellow. He'll definitely get a yellow, I think. Yeah. 2 in a row, he says. But he's showing desire to stop the fullback coming out, like you said, Andy. And that's what Aber have most probably just edging this game. They desire to get to that ball all the time.
Yeah, maybe because it follows on. Yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Niall Flint taking a yellow.
As a manager, you're continually working with your players against complacency. You know, and it's, you know, Sir Alex spoke about it, you know, used the terminology, it's a cancer in football, complacent, don't allow it in, and you know that victory last and the feel-good factor that they would have had, and trying to manage that through the week coming into this game is difficult. You know, I think you know, for Taff, I think the job does itself because of the performance and the result. You know, do you need to be looking at your players and motivating them after that? They will do, but trying to, you know, a team that's done so well last week to try and keep them ready to go again is very, very difficult. And you know, I came here today really expecting a...
It's a Scorio podcast, sorry, I need to put in there. That's on Wednesday, talking all about Welsh football every Wednesday on Scorio. It's a great listening, I've been told by the Welsh-speaking lads, and need more of it, Andy. Need more publicity like that about our game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, can't be... I don't think there can be too much.
Mark Cadwallader. It's got to be an injury then, I think, by the look of it. Surely. It's Walsh. Walsh, I think, might be leaving the field there with a bit of a head knock. Walsh has done well at right back this afternoon. He is leaving the field. Are they going to make the swap now? No.
Well, Flint's just slipped into there for now.
Yes, Niall Flint can play there. Margerson puts the ball in. Amun. Can he take the shot? He passes it. Williams is in there. Williams known for his finishing. Williams! Oh, it's offside. It's offside. The link play between the 2 strikers was good. Williams comes off the bench at half-time to get the equaliser. He gets it, but it's disallowed for offside.
Great finish as well. Composed, you know, he's not lashed it, he's not panicked. takes it across his chest, blocks off the defender so he can't get round. Oh, it's tight, that is so tight.
I think Danny was the top scorer for Cardiff City under 23s about 3 years ago, Andy, with about 25 goals, and he shows that in the finish.
Yeah, just ushered the defender out of the way. A great finish.
Right. Such an important part in the game now. Unbelievably, Andy, we're into the 61st minute, and every minute what goes by in this game now is in the tension.
I think Aver will be comfy as well. I don't think Turner's had a save to make, Jonah. You know, they're not asking enough questions.
Yeah, that's just being too aggressive there, Jared Wright. Anderson's popped up and around everywhere again today. He's done well.
It's the first time I've seen him, Jonah, and I've really liked him.
He's got good player,
but,
mate.
Like I say, it's the first time I've seen him. I don't know anything about him, but his momentum.
I said the
he's
same
getting
thing when
to
I
the ball.
Him. Yeah.
You know, he's on the move and he's front-footed. And
there's an Anderson play for Leeds United, the club that I support.
Yeah, this lad's better.
Not much. Not much.
No, but you know, He's
busy. He's busy.
Yeah, he gets around. Like I say, you know, we talk about physical presence, but if your mind is sharp and bright and you're on the front foot and you're getting to things
he's
first,
that type of player.
And he has, yeah, he's done really well.
He's done a decent free kicking, just too much on it. Morris will come and collect. They've got to get out to the halfway line, Ponty. Now he's got the ball. They're 1-0 behind. You've got to push up, get bodies forward. They need 3 or 4 bodies in that last third. There you are. Isolated up there then, Owen Jones. Got to throw bodies forward. Cummins has the ability to throw the long ball in. In it goes. Good header away from Bradford. Bradford's defended well today. Hasn't had a lot to do. Right. It looks... Davis does well to keep that in. Can Green whip it in early? Green takes a second touch. It should have gone in first time.
Absolutely, yeah.
And there's that busybody Anderson again. Look out for that one there. They're just walking away, having a nice little chat to each other. There could be extras there.
Well, there won't be because Clayton's already got a yellow, so there'll be none of that, I don't think.
Flint. Williams with a header. Litchfield. Green keeps it in play. Bright. Just need a sustained bit of pressure for the first time in the game. They need to pin him in and ask questions.
You're right, Jonah, and it's getting the units behind that up. It's not the first phase, it's the units behind to close off the distances so that you are winning the second ball. And if you miss that second ball, you're going into defenders who are on the front foot, and you can keep a sustained pressure, and, you know, it's a huge part of the game.
Cummins. Decent ball back in from Cummins, just cut out seconds again. This is what you're talking about, win the seconds. Davis whips it across. That's why the pressure was kept on, because he gambled and threw more bodies forward and won the second. One goal to turn this game right the way around. Cummins. Headed away by Thorne. Davis, does he go back to March? Margerson has got to put it back in. It's a great ball back in. Good knockdown. Handball will be given against Owen Jones. I think he's right, the referee. He's unlucky it bounces up. Tell you what, don't think it's handball, Andy.
And when it's not, I think the player does really well just to keep that, you know, calm and
in that
doesn't overreact.
As well.
Yeah, doesn't overreact. Very easy to get slightly animated there and pick up a yellow, so he's done well.
Connors Key played Bala this afternoon. One of your, like you said, your old Neil Gibson was with you, and we did speak about Craig Allison. Neil Gibson's done well.
Neil's
as well.
done an incredible job, Jonah. You know, I'm a good friend of mine. You know, we worked together for 18 months, and listen, managers don't want to give their assistants too much credit, but Neil Gibson was exceptional. You know, I remember going to Falkirk in the Iron Brew the year we got to the final, and
great run that one.
And there was a decision that Gibble made and suggesting something at half-time which changed the context of the game.
Brilliant.
You know, so those things are so important.
That could have been a handball count, Andy. That'll be interesting. It'll be a booking, by the way. I think Bright might get maneuvered. He's given a free kick, but has he given a free kick after he could have given a handball? We were just talking about something else, and this will be an interesting replay, Andy. When he goes to ground...
No. It's in amongst the body. It's tough. It's difficult, that one. Mark Cadwallader does really well to put pressure on him from his blind side, which then creates that. And then again,
different angle. He goes to ground.
No, I don't think there's anything that. But again, if you look at this one here, Mark Cadwallader's on the front foot. Move. Yeah.
This is some position for a free kick, by the way. Here, Kirkman to drive this, Andy, and look just for. Got to drive it. That's a poor kick.
It is poor.
That is a poor kick. You always look. You're talking, Andy, about minutes in games. That's a massive plus, right? A free kick in an area like that, and you waste it over the top like that. You've got to make things like that count. That's not a penalty. He tried everything in his way to get out of that way of the ball with his hands. Coming slams a ball against Cadwallader there. It's just starting to boil up.
Yeah, and that's important. They don't get frustrated.
Is that the answer to everybody's questions?
And just keep playing, keep moving the ball, and you know it's too easy at this point now to start blaming the referee. You know, shouting at the referee, but just keep it right, keep the ball moving. Your chance will come.
At the moment, it would be a good away point for Pointy at the moment. It'll be a massive 3 points for Aber if they can keep on this. Anderson again gets a foot in. Cadwallader scored goals for Flint last season. John Owen, does he put it in? Puts it to the back stick. Has Lewis not gambled there, or is he just...
it's just ahead of him. He's getting it. A great play again from Caddy. A player I'm really fond of. I was working with Mark Cadwallader 13, 14 years ago at Northwich when he was a young lad, you know, and I've watched his career, and you know, and he actually did really well last week in a poor team, and I was surprised that he didn't start today, and it's good to see him on the pitch.
Richards comes on. Harrison Brighton are taking the defender off, which means I think they'll go to definitely a 4. Cummins, Margerson, definitely they've gone to a 4.
4-2-4. Lewis and Green just sat as a 2.
You're in the bottom 2, Andy. You're away from home against one of your closest, in fact your closest competitor. You've got to roll the dice.
I think so, yeah.
Lewis. I just think, Andy, for me, genuinely now, I'm saying to Ben Amoun and whoever else is playing alongside him, stay in between the sticks now, and we'll get the ball into you more than we have for the rest of the game, because he's simply having to work outside the box too much. I mean, you were the king of that with Michael Wilde and company.
Yeah.
Feed him.
Yeah, but the right kind of balls, you know, the angle on the ball and the detail on the pass is so important rather than just going to them. There's got to be more to it than that.
Aber look like they're going to counteract the tactical move being made. Drives away. He's been busy all afternoon, Johnny.
He's been
Evans.
excellent.
He's been busy all afternoon.
He's been excellent. And like I say, you know, I think he had a 15-minute cameo last week, and he done well.
It looks like it might be John Owen.
Yeah.
It is John Owen.
This will be an interesting battle now with Wright against this lad Davis, because he's cut out of that same kind of wood. You know,
absolutely.
He wants to go and have a battle, so it'll be good to see that first little competition between them two.
Owen, it's good to put shift in. Stefan Davis. will lead the line, I think, in the 9 row. There's a little bit going off in that middle between Wright and Cadwallader. The referee needs to keep an eye on that. He's just seen it as well. He said something to Cadwallader.
Line up, you please.
Time absolutely flying. If you're a Ponty fan, you're in the 71st minute. After that 4-0 victory last week, got to get something from this game. Kirkman. Oh, Cadwallader, the boy you just spoke about, has been a nice lad. He's a nice lad to Aberystwyth fans now, because he's just got the 2nd goal.
It's a great... It looks almost like something we worked on the training ground, but obviously it isn't. Caddy's just on the run, and whoever's marking him has not pinned him. He's just got across the front post, and I'm not sure what the front zone's doing.
That is a massive goal. Kirkman, if credit is being given, it looks like he whips it in short. Cadwallader gets in front of his man. It's a great finish. Let's not underestimate the finish.
I think as he got across the front of Ben Amoun, yeah.
Great goal.
Yeah, great movement from Caddy, and he does that. You know, he's a terrific striker, and he works the box and he gets across defenders, and you know that's going to be very, very difficult in these last 20 minutes to get back into it now.
I say, and Andy, we can commentate on games, and just because it's a Welsh Premier, look at his movement and look at the finish. That's a brilliant finish.
Brilliant finish.
You know, just like I say, just because we're in the Cymru Premier, if you're watching our match of the day tonight, somebody flashes it across the near post, and somebody gets across someone, they
finish it like that. But you know, Joe, we spoke from the start of the second half when we said about them getting to the ball and being on the front foot. You got a moment there where one player static, not going towards the ball, one player's on the front, and I think that probably reflects how the performance has been today.
Yeah. That's a massive goal.
Yeah.
Absolutely gigantic goal. 73 minutes on the clock.
Well defended.
Andy, the goalkeeper, Turner, I'm racking my brains. Has he made a save?
I don't think he has. No.
There's been nothing up top from Ponty, which has troubled this Aber defence today. You're looking at defenders, you're looking at Litchfield, you're looking at Bradford, Kirkman, and even Niall Flint now. Have they been put in any uncompromising positions? I think this could go drastically wrong here for Ponty, by the way.
Great play again, you know, from Davis, the sub, who's just come on. Ruffled a few feathers, got underneath people, got to the ball first again. And just here. Look at this, just gets in there on the front move.
Yeah, they want it more.
Evans across him, and they're just at it.
Yeah, and
they're just at it, aren't they?
Young Davis takes a yellow.
Yeah.
Third goal would be the end of the sports for the afternoon for Ponty. Anderson to take the free kick. The likes of Johnny Evans, Andy, and the likes of, like you said, Caddy there, just a little bit more streetwise than what they're up against.
Yeah, but for want of not repeating myself, they're at it, you know. They're more in tune with the game, and they're certainly getting to everything first.
Anderson. I'm trying to work that one out. I am trying to work that out. I just worked it out. There's the worst free kick of the Scorio season, Andy.
You'll be disappointed with that. Caddy's movement there. What a great finish.
No chance the goalkeeper, by the way. Sometimes he gets stick about the near post. You have no chance of saving that.
Yeah.
Taft punches the air. He'll most probably tell you it's a training ground move in the interview later on.
I would.
Sets the tone for the afternoon. The Haverford Western Flint game. Yeah, the numbers, they're defending in numbers now, 10 behind the ball. And the forwards for Aber have simply been more trouble for the Ponty defenders than the other way around.
Yeah.
Comfortable. Aber have been comfortable here so far.
I think it's a fair assessment.
Right. I know with 8 games to go, goal average shouldn't be talked about, but it shouldn't make any difference because of Aber's deficit of 40, but a 2 or 3-0 win here for Aber would be confidence boosting. Look at the smile on his face. What a game football can be. Couldn't get a smile out of him for the last 7 days.
Like I say, I was there last week, and it was a tough afternoon. And I'll be honest, I never saw this performance or this scoreline. And again, football, you know, and how managers done a fantastic job this week to pick his players up and to, you know, and keep them on side and put in this performance.
Arneson again on the ball. Don't think he's going to be far off your MOM, by the way. Lewis. Yeah, streetwise again, just pinching the throw.
My man of match is already. He can't not win it now. He's been that good. This the scorer of the first goal. You know, he's been fantastic.
Johnny Evans.
Yeah, fantastic. You know, we've still got 14 minutes, so he can still do a few bits wrong, but he's been excellent.
And still throwing. Thorne up to take the long throw, so they're looking for the third. Yeah, only 13 minutes to go. No short calls or anything. Wins the flick. Arneson pops up again. Edge of the box. Can he make it 3? Arneson just fluffs his line a little bit. Cummins will steal a foul there. Could have been a foul, and it gets given the other way. No, he's going to give the first one now. Didn't give the first one.
Yeah, played off. Arneson's done great again. Got on the front foot again, one to the ball, and just gets fluffed his lines here right at the end, but done brilliant.
There's the first foul. And he gives the first one in the end because the second one's made. Davis gets the head. Danny Williams hasn't had much service since coming on at half-time. Davis will go back. Are you, with 11 minutes to go, Andy? I don't know I obviously know what type of manager you are. Are you prepared to throw Jarrod right forward in the last 7 or 8 minutes to try and get something? It's a big ask.
It's a big ask. You know, it's really, you know, you're heading towards 80 minutes now. You're 2 down, and you've not a shot. Like, I mean,
he's on. He's in. Anderson's in. Oh, it's a great tackle by Wright. But again, it's the 23 Anderson who's popping up everywhere, nicking second balls all afternoon.
I'm not sure that Clayton Green wanted it there, back to play. You know, probably just maybe got caught a little bit in between, you know, playing to Ben, playing that way, and then playing through the thirds, and just got caught in a little bit of no man's land at this moment.
Danny Thomas and Andrew Stokes on there. Like you said, football in a week, 7 days, 4-0 victory. Big game 7 days later. What a turnaround. Green hooks on. Bradford. Lewis. Elliot Richards. Kirkman goes back to the goalkeeper. Turner just does enough, gets enough on it. Lewis. Williams. So still, Andy, still a massive job that you got, Sri Lanka.
Yeah, it is. You know, we haven't spoken about it, but it's been a troubled area for a long time, and the football, you know, is probably a reflection of that as well, Jonah. And I think, you know, FIFA, there's a suspension on at the moment, which we hope to get lifted this week in the sports court, and then hopefully I'll be able to get back across mid-March and carry on the good work that I believe we've done so far.
Brilliant, mate. Everyone wishes you luck with that one. Richards. Chance from the edge. Davis gets a shot off. Turner spills. What a spill that is. It's a follow-up from the ex-Aberystwyth player Jones, and it's 2-1. It's a big spill from the goalkeeper, Turner. Davis got the shot off, bounces back off the goalkeeper, and from nowhere, Ponty are back in the game.
Absolutely. I mean, it looked like it was they got the block on the shot, which created a bit of spin. Is the only thing I can help the keeper out with. Just here now, it's a shot which takes a bit. And even when he drops it, he actually pushes it towards the striker. Couldn't really get it much And with 12, 13 minutes left with extra time, it's game on now,
What
Jonah.
a lifeline thrown to Ponty there. Again, credit has to be given to the striker for following up.
Yes.
But it's a massive spill,
Yeah,
Andy.
yeah, like I say, it drops it, but then compounds it by... Yeah.
Surely not.
Makes it a tough now, last 12,
yeah,
15 minutes.
Surely not a 7th 2-1 of the season for ABBA. Just see the lift in the orange shirts now. Everything. And all of a sudden, Andy, that becomes a frustrated clearance already.
Yep. Yeah.
They're going to ask
Just got to
questions.
manage these next few minutes now. I would just keep it tight. Because I say, like, it's one of the first shots on goal.
If not the first.
Yeah.
They're going to fire everything in now. What a point this could be for Pontypridd United. Richards. Great ball. You've got to fill up and put it in. In it got to go. First header from Green.
There's a nice bit of feel as well from Cummins. I like that. Would I stick right up top now? Yes, now.
Now you would?
Now I probably would.
Okay.
You know, and go to a 3 and get him up alongside, but just for these last 10 minutes and just keep putting the ball in there.
Get as many in as possible.
Work it in, obviously, but, you know, it's feel, and that was a good ball from Luke.
Turner, the experienced goalkeeper, he's been at the likes of Leeds United and Cardiff City. He'd be disappointed with that goal.
Yeah, he will be. He will be, yeah.
Just starting to spread it a bit, and I tell you what, Green is getting further forward all the time. Can he get anything out of this? See, they're forced the corner by forcing more people forward.
Yeah, it's a great ball, though. It's got a great bit of feel in it, which allows it to be chased down.
I mean, we've seen a turnaround last week, Andy. We've seen a 2-0 deficit into a 3-2 defeat. Can we see it again this week? Outswinger, not for me. Should have been an in-swinger, this. Whipped across. Far post header. Amoun just evades him. Arneson. Davis closes him down. Just got to go in as soon as possible. There's still plenty of bodies in the box. Cummins mustn't go straight. It's a good header from Flint. Evans clears it. This is going to be, Andy, the one-way traffic brigade for the last 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And if they were to steal one now, you wouldn't put it against the wind being on the cards. Lewis, how the game have changed here. Margerson. Richards. Lewis will pick up all the seconds around that centre circle now. Green makes the challenge but couldn't make the tackle because
just a bit slack with the first touch. If he spins him round there, then he's out through Davis.
But then 3 or 4 passes in, Andy, around that centre circle, when you've got the 2 centre backs to put the diag in, get it back to him and put the diags in.
Yeah, if there's enough bodies in the right positions.
Flint. Referee says hurry up with the play. Sends a throw down. Substitute's done well since coming on. Richards. Amoun. Hooked away. Long throw. I think Cummins will come all the way across to take it. He doesn't. Davis, the left back. He's been one of the better Ponty players on the afternoon. Margerson. Right. Couple of little passing triangles to free Margerson. Gets away one there. Amoun. Evans. A solo run from Evans. Again, Richards involved, the substitute. Well, he doesn't buy one there, and the break's on. Evans, can he break away? Cadwallader's in the middle, wants a return. Cadwallader! Oh, what a goal! What a goal from Mark Cadwallader! Your man of the match, Johnny Evans, just sums his performance up, and the substitute says, I'm the best goal scorer on this pitch today with a brace. 3-1 to Aberystwyth.
Yeah, it's a fantastic finish, but his left foot this time. I think he feeds the ball. I think he then makes the box, runs hard. There's a little turnover here
Watch Evans' work rate, Andy, when this gets played up.
But watch Caddy's, watch his run, watch his movement now. He keeps going. And this pass here is just brilliant. And then, what a finish.
What a finish, by the way.
Left foot.
That's some great goals.
As a pass, he's caressed it into the corner, hasn't he? You know, used the weight of the ball. What a great finish. Well done, Mark Cadwallader.
You might be changing your man of the match award.
He's
he
not
did
been on
play
long
for you
enough.
before.
He's only been on 20 minutes. I can't give Caddy that.
What? Didn't get the free kick. Didn't look
but
the
he
free
wins
kick,
it here, Jonah, look, and then he releases it. But he doesn't watch his pass. He just breaks to get into the box.
Look, Johnny Evans' work rate off the ball.
Yeah, fantastic.
Cleared his lines there, but the goal is right against the run of play, by the way. We're saying there he is in shot. Cadwallader. It is a great finish, Andy. Green tries to get the knockdown to Jones. Green goes down. Just clutching at straws there. Got a couple of substitutes warming up over in the corner. Caddy, as you called him, is on a hat-trick, by the way.
Yeah, and listen, I wouldn't be surprised if he got it, because he's just a great. His movement in the box to get to the ball first is excellent. You know, and it's the amount of times he's popped up with goals like that over the years.
Cummins. Chance for Davis. Davis! What a goal from Davis! He's played well all afternoon, the youngster, and he fires a volley in. What a game on our hands now.
On the initial throw-in, Jonah, does the defender have to do better, or is it a foul? On this throw here now, does he have to do better, or is he pushed under the ball?
Interesting, and I think I need to have another look.
It's clever. I think it's clever here by Wright, as it just pushes him under the ball.
Yeah, he gets away with it as well.
And normally they're giving us a foul.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
But great finish. Don't take away from the finish.
From the youngster.
Fabulous technique.
Yeah, they're back in the game. It's 3-2. "88 minutes on the clock. Now you send one of your centre-halves forward, and you've got to.
Just be patient. Just wait for that one good opportunity, which will come. Just work the ball.
Well, 2-2 draw was my shout. Maybe it could be a 3-3 draw. Green. He'd be pleased. Stokes will be pleased by the enterprise they've shown. Davis. Danny Williams. Far post. It's got to be headed away by Cadwallader. Heads it away. Richards. He's got to keep it in play. The long throw.
Well played.
The long throw. Yeah. Everyone forward.
It's just been patient enough to keep the ball moving and waiting for that moment where you can produce a bit of quality with the feel of the ball. You know, the cross, the detail on it.
This could be interesting, and Dave Vincent. Centre back coming on. They're going to throw him up top, definitely. They're taking off Clayton Green with a minute or two to go. He's got to stay up top now. Cummins fires a long throw in this time, very long. Seconds. Arneson's there against Cummins. Markerson could have had the free kick. He carries on. I think he takes the free kick there. Should have given the free kick, the ref. It's got to go back in as quick as possible. Fourth official shown any minutes yet? Margerson. 5 added minutes. Have Aber earned this? Do you think?
Yes, so far, but there's still a couple of minutes left, and if they work this right and get a bit of feel, Benhamoon's just pulled off the far post.
Davis on the edge again. He scored one. Can Richards keep that in play?
That's the last thing you want, is that off-balance, half volley, trying to score from 25 yards. You just keep the ball moving and wait for an opportunity. Yeah.
Malcolm Allen and Tommy Morgan's man of the match, I think, agree with you, Andy.
I think they were listening.
Definitely.
John, they were listening in.
Definitely.
He's been excellent, and he's deserved
he has
it.
been
Man of the
excellent.
match. Yeah, fantastic. Not seen him, a great quarter, because I've obviously not watched and seen these games, but today I've been really, really impressed with him.
Me too, to be honest. Turner. He won't mind the yellow if he sees his team win 3-2. The goalkeeper.
Looking at 3.5 minutes, he'll still get a chance.
You know how lonely it is, Andy, as a goalkeeper. Having made that mistake, he most probably wants a final whistle more than anybody else, the 3-2 win.
Yeah, he will. He'll go home, he'll analyse it and look at it and be disappointed, because keepers are like that. They're incredibly they're focused, and it's about their performance, Similar sometimes in the way a striker just wants to score goals. Keepers are interested in clean sheets, and he'll be disappointed with that.
Flint. 3 minutes to go. There has to be a chance still either end, Andy. One chance, which says yes for a point for Ponty. Oh no. Can. He just wants the whistle. He's picked up something there. Off the ball.
No, he's walking with a throw-in. He wants him to take it, but he's give it to Aber.
Oh, when was the last time you've seen one of them, by the way?
I know. And what Thorne does now is he tries to get as far away from the ball as he possibly can, so that he can do a loopy kind of curved walk over there to take the long throw.
That's incredible, Andy.
Slow it right down.
You see people, Andy, at a key point like this, I bet you the average taking a throw, stealing yards, is about 10 to 15 yards.
Yeah.
And they get away with it every time. Oh. Jones. It's got to go in. It's got to go in on the diag. Lewis. They went the wrong way, Andy. They went the wrong way. Arneson against Lewis. Does he run it in the corner, or does he go for goal? Clever play. Very clever play from the youngster. Does he buy his team a foul? No, he just goes over.
Don't get involved in that now.
I think you've got to get up, son.
He's got to get up now and
run.
You've
got to get up, son. You're 3-2 ahead with a minute and a half to go. You've got to get back in and help your team. Magson switches plays. It's a good switch as well. Williams. He's got to get it in the box. Williams goes to the line. Can he get it in?
No
on
quality.
The edge, Davis. Can Davis put it in? What a ball, Davis! Chance! 3 apiece! Davis, the fullback, with a beautiful cross, and it's the substitute. Elliot Richards makes it 3 apiece. Can you write it, Andy?
Well, we spoke about that quality,
Davis.
And Williams has got in there and turned the cross down, come back out, and then it's just this feel. This is just a wonderful, wonderful ball.
He's on loan from Cardiff City, and that's the type of cross that'll put him back in the Football League.
What a ball.
And a great finish from the substitute, who's done well since coming on.
He has done well. He's kept the ball moving. I think Aberystwyth will just be devastated now. They really will.
Credit has to be given. Has to be given to the man punch in the air. They look dead and buried. This league is throwing up some surprise results every week. It was 3-2 last week on Scorio to Cardiff Met. It's 3-3 this week. Hope you've enjoyed it, Andy.
6 goals, Jonah, travelling through the valleys in the wind and rain, and it's been a terrific game. And I didn't see it panning out that way, because they looked so comfy at 3-1 with 5 minutes left.
I know, Andy, you'll analyse every goal on the way home in your head, and it'll most probably end up 0-0 by the time you get back home. But what a game, eh? Surely not a winner. Surely not.
And then just that moment of quality. We said, I get what you're saying with longer diagonals and that, but work it.
Yeah.
Work it into an area and then feel and trust it, and it was a wonderful, wonderful cross.
5 minutes before, mind, he's put in a 20-yard volley.
Yeah.
Final whistle at Park Avenue, or a dramatic comeback by Pontypridd United against Aberystwyth Town. Final score is 3-all. Brilliant to have you this afternoon, Andy. Look forward to having you on here again.
Brilliant, John. I really enjoyed it. Thanks for the invite.
Look out for the highlights on Scorio on Monday evening. Final score, Park Avenue. Aberystwyth 3, Pontypridd 3.
Jack Nick, Andrew Stokes, Pontypridd manager, talk to me. What was going through your mind there?
It's a roller coaster of a game. What it's doing is, I'm disappointed slightly, I got to be honest. I know obviously we scored to get the point last minute, but too late by our second half. I expect better, but listen, we'll walk away and we'll be happy with a point.
Especially, God, you know, obviously, given the circumstances, you're 3-1 down, minutes to go. You must have thought it was all over.
Oh, well, listen, I always trust this group that we got quality in it, and we had to change it slightly. And I knew we put pressure on them by changing the shape, and it was effective. But we've just got to be better in moments. I think, again, today we give Arbor some moments we shouldn't do.
Football's it's an old quote, funny old game, but psychologically, you winning last week, you went above them, looked like you were swapping again, but to grab that point and stay out of the bottom two, how big is that?
Huge. The key thing for us today, we didn't want to lose. We wanted to come here, we wanted to put our stamp on the game. I don't think we did that at times, but listen, we got a point. We keep moving forward now, on to next week.
Thanks very much for your time. I'll let you get into that changing room. Thanks very much. Diolch yn fawr iawn iddo fe. Mor dramatig fan hyn. A ni'n fyw penwythnos nesa, wrth gwrs. Seinti newydd yn cyrraedd pen y bont, cyn yn y gwrdd yn rhwng gynddyfynol Cwpan Cymru hefyd. Mwy o bêl-droed byw amser cynio eto. Dwi'n falch gweud fi'n cael cwmni rheolwr Aberystwyth. Andy, thanks very much for joining us. I don't know where to begin. I'm not sure you do as well. You must have thought that was done and dusted. 3-1 up, minutes to go.
Yeah, it's going to be a double substitution. We've got a third goal. I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to say what I think, because I'll speak to the officials after, but I'm not going to go into it till I look at it, see the decisions again. But I thought the last two, my players as well, were looking at it as fouls. So if it was, it's disappointing, but I haven't seen the comment on yet.
Yeah, is it hard to look back at the game after that finish? Because I'm sure there were so many positives, but to go from winning to it feels like a defeat, even though it's a draw, it must be hard to even assess the game.
Yeah, 100%. We got ourselves in a position where we were comfortable, and then shot ourselves in the foot with the first goal. All three goals amounts to. That's a case of us. We are very good, and then we have lapses of concentration. As a group, as a team, they're together, they work hard for each other, they dominate aerial and challenges. However, lapses of concentration. But I'm going to look back before I comment on the goal.
The other positive, I guess, it's only a 1 point gap between you and Pontypridd. Like, was it more important not to lose today? I know it sounds stupid now because you were so close to getting all 3 points, but it's not the end of the world.
I think if you look before the split, we beat all teams, the bottom six, we beat them all home. We haven't dropped a point against any of them. It's the first point we dropped. So, no, the 3 points every single game at home. And our away form now needs to pick up.
Well, thanks very much for your time, especially after the way that game finished. See you soon. Thanks very much for that. Wel, diolch yn fawr iawn i'r rheolwr am y sgwrs yna. Eich pwyntiau i ddod nos lun gyda llaw. Mwy ar sgorio, wrth gwrs. Felly digon i ddod, 5:20 i 10. Ni'n cael cwmni'n y chwaraewyr Aberystwyth nawr. Johnny Evans gyda ni. I just spoke to the manager, Johnny. I'm sure, I think your face must say it all. So close to winning that game. What went wrong at the end, do you think?
Absolutely gutted, mate, to be honest with you. I don't really know what to say right now. It's just summed up our season, to be honest. We've been in front of games, and you just can't afford at this stage of the season to throw games away like that. 2-0 or 3-1, I believe. You just cannot afford to give goals away like that. When we're down the bottom, you need things to go right for you, and I think towards the end there, it's inexcusable. I'm sorry. I'm gutted. I'm absolutely gutted, to be honest with you. We deserved to win that game, I thought. We battled well. I'm absolutely gutted, mate, to be honest with you. Even though Sorry, to be fair, it's a point on the board, which is very important also, but I'm absolutely gutted we didn't win that game today.
Yeah, the emotions are raw. Obviously, when you do have a time to look back, I'm sure there are some positives. Played well, as you say, you were ahead, and still the gap's only 1 point. There's plenty of time to put things right, I guess.
Oh, totally, yeah. You know, we'll take some time to reflect. Obviously, we'll watch the game back and see where it went wrong. But obviously, I'm just very emotional right now, and yeah, sorry, I'm gutted, mate.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot of emotions in the changing room as well.
Yeah, you just got to. At the end of the day, we haven't lost the game. Had we lost that game today, you know, we're looking at a massive gap there. So we'll stay in amongst it now. We'll battle well. We've got Airbus next week, so we'll go up there now and we'll give them hell next week.
Thanks very much for your time. I really appreciate it, especially after the way the game finished. Johnny, thanks very much for that. Diolch yn fawr iawn iddo fe. Diolch am yr ymateb hefyd, a diolch I chi am eich cwmni, am ddrama ni wedi cael fan hyn. Dim cysur I Aberystwyth, Pontypridd ddigon hapus 'da'r pwynt, o mwy o bêl-droeds I ddod cyn bo hir ar sgorio. Diolch yn fawr iawn I chi. Welwn I chi cyn bo hir.
Penderfyniad sydyn gan y dyfarnwr, ac mae'n mesur yn berffaith. Screwfix Sprint, yn noddi pêl-droed ar S4C.